Okay.
What's good, y'all? What's good? Speak Clout Podcast. Your boy Mike says, you know who it is. Vanderbilt representative in this motherfucker. And I'm here with my right hands, man. We got the homie by Crack, Ross Hartley.
Yo, what's up, everyone?
And we have the big homie, man. Mother one.
What it do, people?
What's
All is
good?
well. Word.
And I guess your shit's still not connecting, brother. At all. Fix your shit, you can hop on. But man, Monday will mark 25 years since the passing of Tupac.
Yep.
Amaru, Shakur, one of my favorite rappers, all of us, big pop fans over here. And we're reviewing his multi-platinum diamond at this fucking juncture album, the double disc from 1996, All Eyez on Me. And this turned 25 in February. So I can't wait to dig into this, man. And like we do every episode, how did we discover Tupac? For me, same way I discovered Cypress Hill. Secret of the Ooze, VHS cassette. After the movie, my uncle had the ONT Raps videos recorded, and I seen Brenda's Got a Baby. And I just fell in love with that song. His attire back then was fly too. His sneaker game was on point always. And I admired that about Pac. And then what really made me a fan, I started buying cassettes, was one day I seen Above the Rim after like Monday Night Show or something in 95. And I love that movie so much. I would take my cousin's bandana and I'll rock it like Pac and shit. As corny as that sounds, I did it. You know what I'm saying? And got Me Against the World shortly after that. And from then, big Pac fan from that point on, I remember when he died, like it was yesterday. It was in my grandma's kitchen, and she had a TV in the kitchen. And that's when it said he had passed. And shit hit me, man. I was 11 years old, but I was a Pac fan while he was living and breathing. That's what I'm happy about. How about you, Ross?
Yeah, for me, I don't remember exactly, but I got into most hip hop, well, like a lot of hip hop from my older brother, and he's a massive Pac fan. I don't remember what song I heard first. Could probably like California Love or something like that. You know what I mean? Probably something big like that. But I have to give credit to like Dr. Dre as well, as far as like just the overall hip hop journey, because I would have heard him first, and like through his like kind of Death Row affiliation, that probably put me on to like other Death Row artists. So obviously Snoop and Dog Pound, and then later on Tupac, that kind of connection that probably would have played a part in it too. But it's kind of hard to nail down like an exact moment. But he's one of those guys who's just always been around and always been a big fan. Can't knock any of the studio albums at all, really. And Are You Still Down? That posthumous album as well. Everything after that I can take or leave, but like all the prime stuff is just incredible, like timeless music, and it's so powerful. And even watching his interviews and stuff like that, I just don't get tired of Tupac. You know what I mean? So definitely remembering him for his the passing 25 years on Monday. It's just a massive loss, still very much felt to this day, and glad we're taking a look at this album for sure.
Yeah, can't wait, man.
Word.
Steve?
I got into 90. Yeah, I got into Pac around like 93. The first song I've heard from them was either Keep Your Head Up or I Get Around, but it was like around the Strictly Free, my niggas era, and been a big fan of those songs. And then man, and then, ever since then, like, as I got older, a lot of people around my way was especially the blood niggas, they were all about Pac. So it was nothing but love, when it came to Pac. So, and growing up, like I've always been more of a fan of Pac than Biggie, probably because of the fact that Pac was my introduction first. I was introduced to Pac first, then Biggie. But I don't know, something about Pac, it just struck me. Even the way he looked and the way he talked, how articulate he was, and how he conducted himself in interviews and all that stuff, man. And like, as I got older, man, I started collecting his albums, and I think the first time I caught from him was actually Strictly for My Niggas, and then Me Against the World, and Tupac Now and all that stuff, and then big fan of his movies and all that stuff. So, you know,
Likewise.
and then unfortunately he met his demise. And to this day, man, there's nobody like him. I know a lot of people like to compare him, but there's no comparison. Like somebody that was 24, 25 when he passed,
Zero.
like and the shit that he accomplished for his age is like no other. You know what I mean? So, I've always told people, like, a lot of people hate on the '90s, be like, oh, you stuck in the '90s, but what people have to understand, if you grew up in the '90s or like lived through it, it was such a magical time because just the shit that people went through at that time, and like the technology for that time, like the limited resources that people had at that time, and the shit that they were able to accomplish is like amazing. That probably can't be done today, and that's just my personal opinion on that. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got to Pac. So
Yeah, I agree with that big time. And also a part of it for me too is like things were moving so quickly in that time. When you think about Tupac's, uh, career as an artist, it's like 91 to 96. Like 5 years, the amount he accomplished in that 5 years, unbelievable. So yeah.
Absolutely. And this quality shit too in his lifetime, you know what I'm saying? Not no whack shit from Pac, really, in my personal opinion. And this album was crazy because, the rape charges, he was going through it in 94, 95. And Suge got him out, man. And when he got him out, he started recording this album instantly, like writing it and recording it. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy.
but
And I'm in the minority with a lot of mainstream double albums because a lot of dudes, especially like the internet age, Twitter, Instagram, it would have been better if it was one disc. No, I love All Eyes on Me, Love After Death, Art of War, Truth to the Game, The Element of Surprise. Like, I love them damn near front to back. You know what I'm saying?
Wu-Tang Forever, of course.
Forget
Thank
that.
you. Yeah, the greatest one. How could I forget that, right?
Right, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I like all them shits front to back, including All Eyes on Me, damn near. So I never got the should have been one disc bullshit. I never really believed in that shit. But
What happened, Mike? What you don't believe in? What?
like double disc albums being whack or not as good, if they were singular, they'd be better. I don't believe in that shit. Like for the popular albums that everyone knows,
Yeah.
I love them front to back damn near. So it's wild to me when niggas be like, oh, Wu-Tang Forever should have been one disc.
Really?
Hell,
Who said that?
mad niggas going,
What?
Twitter. Yeah.
Oh my! I'm not on Twitter, man.
They said about this. They said about Life After Death, Out of War.
Oh my god, man! I'm so glad I'm not on Twitter because I would
It's
be
fucking terrible. I go in there promo.
Uh,
I go in there because, like, for instance, like I get a lot of likes on there, man.
Yeah.
Like, I got close to 300 likes just for saying that Doggy Style ain't only Snoop's best album. Niggas would agree with me, you know what I'm saying? And for the show, niggas fuck with the show.
Right.
Only reason why, B.
No doubt. And plus, you got rappers following you too, right? Like,
Yeah, Rome Streets and shit, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Word. So yeah, man, stick into this album, man. Double disc, and hopefully the homie shit works. There you go. Shout out to Raka Bash. What's poppin', bro?
Peace.
Yeah, it's good to be on with you, brothers, man.
Hell yeah, bro. So quickly, how did you get into Pac, man? How'd you discover Tupac?
You know what? It was Thug Life Volume 1. Because
underrated.
Yeah, because as much as I Get Around and Holler If You Hear Me, there were so many other hip hop records around that time that really grabbed my attention. But the Thug Life Volume 1 album, it was something that I came across via the box. And the box was where you could order videos, for your phone. And, I got into trouble, running up my mom's cable bill. And I was obsessed with Pour Out a Little Liquor.
Fucking
because it was what he wanted to convey. It was thuggish, it was stylish, it was for the streets, but there was a deeper message. And I think what he really accomplished with Thug Life Volume 1 is like the sense of brotherhood. Like he, from the get-go, he always said he wanted his music and life to be a reflection of the young black male in the 90s and then beyond. And I really like that because let's be honest, for many black men, like you'd be hard pressed to find portrayals of young black men that reflects who you are, that reflects your values, your principles. And he was really, really stressing the importance of being down for each other, protecting our neighborhoods, our sisters, uplifting us. And that was what I really gravitated to, even more than his rhyme style and the other members. It was just, there was a bigger purpose behind his music other than just, rhyming for the sake of it. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yep. That's dope, man. That's dope. Thug Life don't get talked about. I love that album.
Yep, same here.
Yeah. So we're gonna dig into this album, man. Double disc, gonna be, a long show, so I don't want to make it too long. But first song, disc 1, we get Ambitionz as a Ridah, produced by Daz Dillinger, man. Like, this shit is crazy. This shit never gets old to me. You know what I'm saying? And what a way to kick off the album, man. Like a lot of albums back then, you get an intro, then that first song, but it's right away. You know what I'm saying? The production is crazy from Daz. Pac wrote that beat effortlessly. Such a great tune, man. I fucking ride. Mike Tyson came out to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is grimy. I love it. Smoke a bomb-ass weed, feeling crucial. Love that shit. So, yeah, man, one of my ultimate favorite songs on the album. I'll be here all day. I'll keep it short and sweet. So, what do you got, Ross?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Great way to kick off the album. The beat by Daz is really great too. Like, I think, with some of the Daz beats in this album, he was going in a slightly different direction production-wise, you know what I mean, compared to the stuff he did on, like, Dog Food or whatever. Yeah. This song, for me, is kind of, like, a bit darker, a little bit, has kind of, like, street slash kind of paranoid kind of feel to it, you know what I mean? Just a really great way to kick off the album. Of course, it's like a really famous song, but like I agree with Mike. I don't really get tired of it either. It's one of those ones, I can listen to it anytime. And yeah, what a great way to kick off this one. I'll keep it short and sweet for each song too, but you can go on and on and on for this album. But awesome way to kick off the album for me.
Yeah, brother. What you got, Steve?
I'm in the minority, man. I don't like the beat. I like the lyrics, but I don't like the beat for it. I never liked the beat. I didn't even like the Cameron version for it.
This nigga's crazy, son.
I never like. It just never got. The beat never hit me, man. I was like, oh, come on, like that's the best you could do, man. Like, come on, man. But I do like the line where he said, "So many battlefield scars while I'm driving in plush cars. This life is a rap story, it's nothing without God. Was born rough and rugged, dressed in the mass public. My attitude was fucking because motherfuckers love it." To be so shit, I love that. The beat, I wish it was a better beat, but the lyrics made up for it. So I'll give it that. But
that beat is crazy, nigga.
I don't like it, man. I don't know. I know I'm gonna get shit for that, but like I said, I know some of y'all gonna be like, "Oh, you're biased." Well, no, that's a cool one. So I don't want to hear no shit from that. So fuck you, eat it.
But I get it, Steve. Like you're a producer, so certain things don't hit you as it would hit us.
But even before me being a producer, I just.
Oh wow, okay, fuck these shit, nigga. You're my. I try to give you leeway, nigga.
I want all the smoke. I'm all for it, man. My bad. Right. Go ahead, Raka Boss.
What you got, Raka?
Well, before you even hear the beat, the way Tupac sung the hook, that was like his battle war cry. Like that was him unleashing every thought that he had when he was in prison. And you can just hear him just, checking off his hit list. Like the people that he wanted to get back at. He was taking names, he was taking no prisoners, and he just went in war mode. Like everything that My man just said about so many battlefield scars were driven in plush cars. Like that was his mind state when he got out of prison.
Mhm.
And as far as the beat, now the beat, I believe it's from the Pee Wee Herman, the kick and snares from that Pee Wee Herman beat, but piano chords is what really makes it. Like every time you hear those synth lead lines, during the verses with like a build up, and you can sense the tension with each verse. And the more he rhymes, and the more he gets more into it, you can hear his mission statement. Like this is his debut on Death Row. He's with he's new to the camp, and he was letting everybody know. I heard what y'all said. I heard all of the slick dissing that I that was made about me, on uh on the radio and on TV, and I'm not giving no fucks. So that's why I really love that song.
Oh yeah, man, one of my favorites on the album. Then we get to All About You, and that is featuring Snoop. Or Snoop just talk shit at the end. Nate Dogg, Hussein Fatal, Yaki Gaddafi, and Judown in the beginning, just talking a little bit of shit. That's produced by Johnny J. I love this song. Always have. Especially Snoop's little shit talking at the end. Be the same bitch as in my video.
Yeah.
Love this song, man. Every other city we go. Classic Nate Dogg chorus, man. Just an impeccable song. I love this track.
Yeah.
Man, Pac kills it, you know what I'm saying? So groupie assholes, Great song. We got Ross.
Yeah, in agreement with you again. Very bouncy, catchy, song. Perfect for a single or something like that. You know what I mean? Instantly catchy. Of course, you got Nate Dogg singing on the hook. That immediately sticks in your mind once you first hear it. You're like, yep, you're going to be singing along to that. And the beat itself is based on the cameo song "Candy." So yeah.
Thank you for mentioning that, brother.
Yeah. So I agree with you. Just a really fun song. Again, I don't really get tired of this one. And Tupac, it's one of his more kind of fun songs. You know what I mean? I just listen to this and just kind of vibe out to it and enjoy it. So it's a nice contrast, compared to the first track, which is a bit more darker, a little bit more serious. You know what I mean? This is a little bit more fun, a little bit more bouncy. But yeah, I love it. All About You, great track.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve?
Yeah, man. Dope track, dope video for it. Even though it's like not one of his more popular singles, but it's still a dope track in my opinion. Dope single. Like you guys said, so it's about groupies. Dope use of the Candy sample by Cameo. I love the synths in the chorus. That shit sounds dope. And Nate Dogg, ain't nobody like him, man. Like I just miss hearing his voice, man, over choruses, over hooks, and there will never be another Nate Dogg, just like Pac. There will never be another Pac. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah. You got Raka Bash.
Man, first of all, there's two things that stick out immediately. Number one, you have to talk about the importance of Johnny J as a producer.
Yup.
Like that was like Tupac found a key collaborator, someone that he can rely on to reproduce musical ideas very quickly and not without a lot of elaborating. And this beat that Johnny J did. This is so different from any other beat he did for Tupac up to that point. Because most of the beats that Johnny J produced for Tupac, it was very dark, kind of melancholy, like Death Around the Corner, or Pour Out Little Liquor. This was a very up-tempo song that is very danceable. You can play this at a club. People will, enjoy themselves. It's very, very celebratory. And two, the decision to include Fatal on the song. Now, because I'm a Hussein Fatal fan, and the way he rhymes, like he's more his voice and his rhyme style. He does better on East Coast production. I just found it interesting that Tupac trusted Fatal to rhyme on a song that would be not only a single, but would be a song where he's rhyming about pretty much, meeting, bitches, that he's come across time and time again. Like Fatal is probably the most thuggish outlaw
In the
in
best.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Him and Yaki Gaddafi, the best in that crew.
Yeah.
They had, and as a sidebar, they had the potential to be stars. Had Tupac lived, I could see Fatal Hussein and Gaddafi being like stars, under the Machiavelli label. But as far as like all about you, it's a very danceable song, and the video is very memorable.
Oh yeah. Is he like sitting on his bed, going through the channels, watching bitches? That's something I can't remember. Something like that. I ain't seen the video in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, he was like he was being arrested by some phony video vixens. They were disguised as police officers, and the homies were riding by. You know what I mean? It was just Tupac in his fantasy. You know what I mean? Like flipping the cars. Like he's usually getting into trouble and getting put in jail, where in the video it's the flip side, like he's being arrested and he's just, you got beautiful women just filling him up and, just, giving him positive attention.
Word. Good breakdown, fellas. Now we get to Scandalous. That's a banger, man. To me, it's featuring Nate Dogg, produced by Daz Dillinger. I like to say, talk about scandalous hoes, and Nate's like, I can talk about scandalous bitches.
Yep.
That shit is fire, bro. That beat is crazy. Pac talking about those grimy bitches, you know what I'm saying? That you got to stay away from. I think it's a great track. That beat is crazy. Like, the end, Death Row was known for that. Dre even said about the Chronic, I want to make rap albums sound like Thriller, production-wise, because all the analog recordings of the, 80s and 90s, some albums need, like, remastering. But this is the OG press, and this sounds beautiful to this day. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the sound quality on all albums is crazy, and Scandalous is definitely a dope track. I love that shit. Pac talking that shit about them grimy bitches, man. Great track. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, I agree. This is probably my favorite Daz beat on the album. Just that bass alone is just so thick and like syrupy. Definitely more in the vein of sort of like a dog food production wise. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's so smooth. And I just really like this song, Pac just, kind of getting his shit out there, talking about, scandalous women. And, Nate Dogg, the chorus is so simple. It's literally just him saying, scandalous, she's so scandalous. But like, he just does it effortlessly and it's perfect. And just over that production, man, you just can't lose with that. So yeah, just another awesome track.
Oh yeah, brother. What you got, Steve?
Yeah, definitely a great song. One of my favorite songs of the album. Like you guys said, talks about scandalous bitches, that we all hate. I like the line when he said, dangerous and ambitious while scheming on getting riches. I'm spitting that tricks because I'm addicted to pretty bitches. Currently motivated, not easily terminated. Now that we made it, my niggas can never be faded. Woo! Just the way he said that, like, this him talking that shit, like, this is the cocky Pac that, we all love. That shit talking, like you said, he's on that nigga shit. But we love it, man. And yeah, you can never go wrong, man. And Pac does no, he does it justice, you know what I mean? So just showing like that, he's cool, but he's gangster at the same time, and he could joke around, and he displays that on this album, man. I love that. It just shows how versatile, Pac is as an artist, and this is as a human being too. And this is a song, the prime example of that. So it's my thoughts on Scandalous.
Thoughts on this track, Raka?
Yo, this is I bought this the week it came out.
Wow.
My guy.
Wow.
This is This is not the reissue. This is the original pressing, Death Row Interscope. And
I had
I
those.
would, and man, like I would read the credits to each song, and I would just be fascinated by who produced each song. And Scandalous in particular, that bass line, I can almost guarantee that's a 5-string jazz Fender bass guitar, because that bass line is so thick and it's so and it's so rich that you can just feel it in your bones. And the musical arrangement, to me, it sounds like a musical ensemble. Like you have like like a full band. You have a couple keyboards, a couple pianos, a couple rhythm guitarists, a couple and a percussionist. And I could like the what he's talking about. He's talking about just like women that we've all encountered, women that disguise their true intentions. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they may act demure, but deep down inside, like they're just gaming on you, like they're just looking for your inner weaknesses. And what he says, like during the outro, when he says, she's she's 15 getting niggas that's 35 and everything, just how raw that piece of game is. Like that's something that it may be shocking to some people, but that's real. So his just him sharing what he's seen and what he's experienced over that production, that this is 3 in a row. Like there's been no filler at this point.
Facts. Oh yeah, brother. So we get to Got My Mind Made Up featuring Dash, Corrupt, the Dog Pound, Redman, and Method Man. Everyone knows this is a Dog Pound song originally. Yeah, Lady of Rage and Deck. You can hear Deck at the end spelling out Rebel Line S. Dash on the boards again. I fucking love this song. Always have. And for the niggas that be like, oh, enemies and Hennessy, that's all Pac says. He literally destroyed this shit.
Yeah.
Dopest fucking rhyme I wrote, taking off my coat, playing my throat. He killed that shit. And then Daz, real smooth with it on here. Corrupt fucking body bags it. And I'm Jason Voorhees. Oh man, that shit was fire. And then Meth, Red, all of them killed it.
Yeah.
I think this is a tremendous posse cut. I would love to hear the original with Deck and Rage on there, but the track would be like fucking 7 minutes long if they had them niggas on there. But I love this song. I'll keep it short and sweet because we ain't got much time. But yeah, man, fire.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I used to be a little bit iffy on the beat for this song just because it's very different for a Daz beat. You know what I mean? It's very low key and it's very kind of subtle. But over time, I've grown to really appreciate it because it just plays its part in just being like sort of being in the background and allowing all the MCs to really fully flourish over the top of it. And for me, my favorite verse is from Corrupt. That part where he's like, opposed to laughing, raw sorry, I can't say words today. Raw maniacal villain. Laughter enhances the chances of killing. Why is that? Because smiling faces deceive. You best believe to MCs I'm the deadliest disease. My thoughts rip your throat and make it hard to breathe. Your whole camp's under siege. I'm Jason Voorhees. Like he murdered that, like Corrupt, like Death Row Corrupt. Oh my god, he was untouchable back then. Like especially that smoking on blunts and drinking Tanqueray. He murdered that. But
why the fuck was it on the Chronic? That's shit.
I know. But yeah, great track, like you said, great posse cut. I think it's dope for just a mixture of artists. You know what I mean? You got Pac and Dog Pound, and then you got Method Man and Redman. You know what I mean? That's dope. That's a dope collaboration right there. Good mix of coast and everything like that. So Yeah, dope song. Yeah, great track.
What you got, Steve?
Yeah,
Good
man.
breakdown, Ross, too. Jesus.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, great breakdown, man. Yeah, man. Dope track. Love the beat. Like Ross said, very different from Daz's usual production. Um, Definitely one of my favorite beats that he's done on this album, this whole album. And overall, um, it's kind of dark, but it kind of like mysterious in a sense. Like the bass line,
Yeah.
and then like the xylophone and shit in the background. It just gives it that mysterious kind of vibe to it, kind of like a mystery movie from like the early '90s or some shit like that. Just kind of have that vibe. Pac, in my opinion, was my favorite. He had, to me, I like his verse the best out of everybody. Everybody did the thing, but I think Pac's for me, especially the one when he said, "I'm busting and making motherfuckers panic. Don't take your life for granted. Put that ass in the dirt. You swear the bitch was
Sweet.
splatted. My lyrics motivate the planet. It's similar to Rhythm Nation, but thugged out.
Excuse
Forgive
me,
me.
Janet.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love that, man. And him and Janet, they had a little history, but that's just so dope, man. It's like the overall beat, and I would love to hear the depth verse, man, but we probably never get to hear that just because Pac was like, no, just delete that shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, damn, son. But yeah, I love this. This should easily could have been a single. Easy. I could have definitely seen a video for it, you know what I mean? Just them like, I don't know, some type of like, I don't know, like some street or some shit like that. I don't know. It's just a dope video. I would love to see that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Got My Mind Made Up. Love that song.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Daz's verse was a waste of time. His voice is so low, and you can't make out what he's saying.
Yeah,
Like,
I can see that.
So like the song doesn't really start to kick up until Tupac rhymes. And as far as like you raised the point, Mike, about people talking about his perceived limitations as a lyricist.
Yeah.
And on this verse, he's giving you nothing but quotables. Like this would be his hip hop quotable of the month. Because the way he's rhyming, he returned to his New York roots. Like you can hear where he was a fan of Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, G Rap, just by his use of certain lyrical devices. And everything that Immobilarity just mentioned about his verse, like just anybody that's saying that all he had in this rhyme canon was Hennessy and enemies, did not listen to his music enough to even make that assertion.
Yeah, facts.
I'm sorry for laughing, but it's true though. Like,
yeah,
they always mimic his pronunciation of certain words. It's just like it's funny to me.
And to me that's what makes him a great MC. Like when people can start to imitate certain nuances of your style, whether whether they do it as a homage or they just do it as to mock him, you're still taking the time to learn his style and do it anyway. So at the end of the day, that's what makes him so influential.
Facts.
And
plus, he was MC New York at one point, and he's from New York.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we get to one of my, I don't give a fuck, nigga. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. I love this song, man. How Do You Want It? Casey and JoJo, Jodeci at the time, and produced by Johnny J. Oh my god, like this is like an amazing single, and it still knocks to this day.
Oh yeah.
Like I always say this in the rock world, there's some songs I'm not sick of, like "Stairway to Heaven." I worship that shit from Zeppelin. This shit, same way. I love How Do You Want It. I never get sick of it, And this is back when MCs would spit that street shit on singles,
Yeah.
See the Loris Tucker, you was a motherfucker, try to help a nigga, you destroy your brother, or son the other. He's going after people that want to bash gangster rap all the time and shit. And it's smooth, it's gangsta at the same time, and that beat is amazing, man. R.I.P. and salute to Johnny J for that one. And Pac just rode the beat effortlessly. He had various videos for this. You know, he had the hunter in one of these motherfuckers, I believe. And
Yeah, porn star.
should have stuck to that instead of rapping, but that's another story. But yeah, how do you want it, man? Amazing. I love this song.
Dope single for sure. Probably compared to all the songs previous, it's probably not one of my favorites. Not it's really hard because there's so many great tracks in this one. Probably if it was to rank it, probably would be a little bit lower. But that's not the takeaway from this song. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, it's like you said, Mike. You know, a great mix of everything. You know, this is going to appeal to the streets, but at the same time, it's going to appeal to the ladies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play it in the clubs. You know, play it on the radio, and yeah, you know. Great chorus by Casey and JoJo, and yeah, really like it. Just yeah, dope track.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man. I definitely agree. Definitely a great song. That Quincy Jones sample, man. I mean, you can't go wrong with that shit right there, man. And it's a timeless track. You know what I mean? Like, it has a nice balance of gangster, fun, funky. I mean, all in one track, man. You can't go wrong with it, man. And you can never get tired of the song, man. It's just like it's a feel good track. Like you could just listen to the whole you can listen to the whole just the instrumental itself and you still feel good. That's how good this song is, man. And I didn't write any lines to it, but it's such a dope track, man. So that's my thoughts on that. And rest in peace to John Jay, like everybody's saying too.
Yeah, this song is probably one of the most infamous maxi singles of all time. If you know what I'm getting at,
I know I had it. Oh yeah,
man, like this is great marketing because here how do you want it is a great A side. It was number one on the Billboard Hot 100 for 4 weeks in a row. It's burning up the charts on the radio. You know, it's getting extensive video airplay. And the B side is one of the most vicious diss tracks ever committed to wax. So he satisfied the pop audience in a way, and he kept it more than thuggish with the B side. And this is Tupac, at his most. I'm talking about How Do You Want It? I'm talking about Tupac at his most ladies man, spitting that game, that the Bay is famous for. And also like he learned a lot from the Bay. So a lot of what he's talking about as far as women, like he learned, from all of those, great figures, in from back in the day. So this was a very legendary song for musical and for non-musical reasons.
Okay. I'm hitting hit switches on bitches like I was fixing hydraulics. I worship that song. I already sucked its dick long enough. Pause, but yeah.
Is it cool the fuck? Yeah.
Who the fuck? I love that shit, bro. So good. All right, now we got two of America's Most Wanted featuring Snoop Dogg, produced by Daz Dillinger. Shout out to my mother's best friend, Kathy. She's a little white girl, but bump that hard shit. You know what I'm saying? And we used to cruise to this quite a bit. And that song is amazing, man. I love that shit. In the system, that shit sounds banging. That shit's hard. Pocket Soup trading, verses and shit like that. Love this song, man. That ain't nothing but a gangster party. Don't never get old. I bumped the whole album in its entirety like 2 days ago. It's timeless. Two America's Most Wanted will never get old, man. And Snoop killed it. Pac killed it. Great song. Love it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks on the entire album for me. Yeah, timeless song, like you said. Just love their chemistry on this track. You know what I mean? And of course, at that time period, they really were two of America's Most Wanted. You know what I mean? They were both infamous in different ways. They had their own controversies, and here they are together. Also like two of the biggest rap stars, especially on the West Coast, and just period. Coming together for the first time on wax. Big historical moment right there. And the song is just fantastic. You know what I mean? I love Daz's beat. The beat was originally for Drew Down. Fun fact.
Shit.
Yeah. Daz said that on an old Vlad interview. He said, the beat was originally for Drew Down, and then it ended up being, Pac and Snoop's song. But yeah. Yeah, so I love the beat, you know what I mean? It's just so fly, and the way Pac and Snoop just kind of glide over it, and like I said, their chemistry, the way they go back and forth, you know what I mean? If it feels good to you, baby Bubba, you see, this is for the G's and the keys, motherfucker. And then Pac comes in, now follow us, we ride, you know what I mean? Just
The rest two of the best
from the West Side, you know what I mean? Just incredible song. Yeah, one of those ones. Big single, but of course, you have to mention the video as well. You know what I mean?
hell yeah.
Video, taking shots at Big and Puff, of course, but awesome shit.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Man,
Oh no.
I fucking love this song.
Yes, there we go. That's what I wanted to hear. I was worried.
No, I fucking love this song. This is probably, besides Got My Made Up, I think this is the best beat Daz has on this whole album, in my personal opinion.
It's
Just
crazy.
the piano is so dark. The bass line that goes with it, the drums, like everything goes well. Little known fact about this beat. I think Corrupt, he said on Vlad, I think a couple years back, the one he was sitting like right in front of the drum set. I think he gets like a $24,000 check just on the song alone, and every 3 months. So he's good, like, for life. So the royalties, like, really taking care of him. But the whole overall song is fucking dope. Love the line by Pac when he says, "I'm losing my religion. I'm fishes on these steel pigeons. You might be deep in this game, but you got the rules missing." Woo! Killed that. You're talking that shit, man. And Dogfather, Snoop at that time, man, he did his thing on that shit. Yeah, man, the overall song, man, the whole ambience of the song is so ill, man. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Two America's Most Wanted. Definitely one of my favorite tracks off the album.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so far in the album sequence, out of 5 songs, Daz has produced 4. This is the 4th song produced by Daz, and the clean version, it has during the chorus there's some kind of effect, with some kind of modulation effect through a guitar pedal that isn't present on the album version. And I always wondered, like nobody's ever asked Daz that, but I would always want to know, why did Daz when they did a mix for the clean edit, was there a modulation effect during the chorus? And the video is very stylish, very gangster. Like the intro, of course, it's a replay from the famous scene in Scarface where Tony, he confronts Frank for his betrayal, and then of course in Tupac's version, his Frank was Biggie, and then like when Biggie asked him, "You're not gonna kill me, we still friends," and Pac is like, "I'm not gonna kill you." And Big Psych, he brandished shit as a strap, and murder was what she wrote. And this was And this
Oh,
was before Hit 'Em Up came out. This was before Hit 'Em Up came out. So the intro, it was a prelude to Hit 'Em Up. So he was already thinking of how
right.
embarrassing Biggie and Junior Mafia already. Like he was going to handle. Like he had some personal beat to settle, but he was still going to get this money with Snoop. And they're wearing like $3,000 Italian suits, and they're in the courtroom. Just making a mockery of the courtroom proceedings, and of course, in the end, they get convicted, and then during the transport, to prison, they get somebody stops via police transport, MPV, and they kill the cops. So that storyline, like it may have gotten muddied because you may have liked the song itself, but there was a storyline that was following a narrative of his continued instigation, like his constant poking at Biggie, trying to get a reaction, and he got his point across.
And I think it's the beginning of Made Niggas when the actor's playing Puff and Big, and Big's like, I smell ribs, I'm hungry, and Puff is like, I farted, all right? No,
yeah. It was the same actors.
That shit, I'd be dying, bro. But great breakdown from all you gentlemen, man.
Appreciate that.
Yo, this is one of the most underrated Pac songs ever, man. The next track, No More Pain, produced by Devontae Swing, Jodeci and shit. Dog, this is in my top 3 songs on the album. Spoiler alert. I love No More Pain. I love the play on, Method Man's Bring the Pain. And that beat is crazy. Devontae, there be no fucking Timberland, no Missy.
Facts.
Wasn't for Devontae, man.
No Neptunes either.
Yeah, that dude is an amazing producer, and that beat is banging. You know what I'm saying? Like, my grandma used to like dance to that shit. I'm like, damn, she loved that song. And yeah, man, this shit is amazing. Like Pac just talking that shit on there, And fuck your boyfriend, bitch. I want some mash tonight. Love that shit, Let's go inside my astral plane. Like he did that meth shit, and I love No More Pain. That's like one of my favorites off this album. She got Ross.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some hit for this. This is one of my least favorite songs on the album.
Oh, you're whack, bro.
I know. And I was dreading it because I know you guys love it so much, but no. I know. I don't hate the song. I think it's a decent song. It's just one of my least favorites on the album. For me, it's a little long, personally. It's 6 minutes and some change. A little long, I think, in my opinion. But I agree. I like the verses. You know what I mean. I think it was dope the way Pac did that Method Man hook. You know what I mean. I thought that was dope. But for me, it's one of my least favorites. But I still respect it and I still like it. And it's different as well from the rest of the album. I respect that about it too. You know what I mean. Very dark production. You know what I mean.
It's just
it is. It is definitely has that kind of paranoid, feel to it. You know what I mean? I like the song, but it's just not, one of my all-time favorites, like the way it is for you guys. But I like it. I respect it. But that's just my honest thoughts for sure.
I respect your opinion, brother. I just fuck around.
Oh no, it's all good.
Yeah. She got
Steve.
Me
with this song, very different from Pop. It definitely has like that Midwest kind of vibe to it, something that Twister would have rapped over, or like
I could see that.
Crucial Conflict, or even Mystical, from the like Unpredictable or Ghetto Fabulous, like around that time period. Yeah. I could see them like rapping towards that. It's not my go-to. Like it's not my go-to. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's not whack, but it's I'm gonna just say it's different from Pop. Like I appreciate it for what it is, but it's not my go-to. But I appreciate it for what it is. But it's decent. I mean, it has like a dark feel to it, but like I could see this more being for like those artists that I mentioned, like Crucial Conflict, Twister, and Mystical, but that's just me. But yeah, decent track, but not my go-to though.
Make you motherfuckers bleed from your mouth.
Yeah.
Are you buzzers is jealous? That shit is hard. Come on, Rock, you gotta help me here, man. Yeah.
Okay, this was the last song on side A of book 1 on cassette.
Yep, it was.
So out of the songs that appear on side A, with so much heat, I can understand why this would be somebody's least favorite song. But with that said, man, Devontae as a producer was extraordinary in the 90s, man. Like, here was a guy that was at the foreground. He was in the background of producing one of the most innovative R&B groups ever in the 90s. And
My favorite.
And think about this. It's very rare where you have an R&B group that kind of reflect the aesthetic of rappers. Like they dress like rappers, you know. They sung they sung their songs with lyrics that rappers do in their own songs. Like if rappers could sing, that's what they would sound like, you know. But
Yeah.
like, and remember, Jodeci had a song on the Murder Was a Case soundtrack.
Yeah.
With Dog Pound.
Yep.
So Death Row already had a relationship with Jodeci. But man, like the opening bars, man, like my adversaries cry like hoes, fully eradicate my foes. My lyrics explode on contact, gaming you hoes. Who else but mama's only son? Like he's in war mode. Like he's like this is his battle cry, and he's just pretty much giving it to his enemies. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But he's rhyming to people that he has a problem with in the streets and in the industry. And I'll be honest, the beat is jarring because it is different. You know, like there's like the meter is like kind of off beat, so you kind of have to get used to that beat falling, falling on an awkward meter. But the shit talking at the very end when he said what he say about Puffy, dancer turned CEO.
Yeah.
Like,
Put your mouth on the pistol.
yeah, and that reminded me from nigga with a gun from the Chronic. Remember?
Yeah.
The opening intro when Dre he has the pistol in his in that guy's mouth. Like, put your mouth on the pistol. So he was just like clowning. I can just see Suge just letting him have free reign in the studio. Do you like I'm co-signing everything? Like whoever you got beef with, I got beef with. So this is one of my favorite songs, man, because this was Tupac really ready to do battle. And when I mean do battle, I mean proving his metal with anybody that had a problem with him. Because you got to keep in mind, like, this is 90, 95, 96. A lot of people didn't like Tupac. Like, he made a lot of enemies in the streets, in the industry, and he knew that people was kind of biting their tongue because they were afraid of Suge. Right. And because Suge was such a powerful music mogul, they wasn't going to immediately let their feelings known about Tupac's association with Death Row. They kind of wanted to see would Tupac kind of like give us some grace, like would he just forget all about it? On this song, he was like, "No, I got even more hate for you, and I got my money, I got some backing, and it's on."
Facts. All right, now we get to one of my ultimate favorites again, man. Heartz of Men.
Woo!
That's
Oh
a
my
banger.
God.
DJ Quick. Oh my god. I love the intro. Hey yo, Shug. I told you to get out because I was taking to see these niggas' chest, right?
Talk
Get the
about
binoculars.
it.
Get the binoculars. And he got that motherfucking my favorite comedian of all time, the Richard Pryor samples. And this is an amazing song, man. Like he wrote that beat. That beat is crazy. Quick did his thing, man.
Yeah.
That beat is banging, man. It's one of my favorite songs on the album, and
Mm-hmm.
Pac just going in. You know, keep it short and sweet for you niggas, man. It's an amazing song. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, I agree. DJ Quick, he did his thing on the production, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, even though Quick wasn't a Death Row artist per se, he definitely had his affiliations. You know what I mean? Of
Yeah.
course, Safe and Sound the year before that was has executive produced by Suge Knight on it. You know what I mean? And of course, DJ Quick did like Dollars and Cents for the Murder Was the Case soundtrack and stuff like that. So yeah, really dope to have him on board. And yeah, fantastic beat. And I just love Pac's verses. Like you said, just yeah, he went in, he did his thing, and yeah, great track.
Fuck yeah, brother. Love that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Steve.
Great track. One of my favorites. In my opinion, definitely one of the more underrated tracks of the album, in my personal opinion.
Yo,
Just him and Quick together just sounds so well together. I would have loved a collab album with Pac and Quick. Oh my god.
Yeah.
If only somebody could dream about that, right? But unfortunately that never happened. But man, and Quick, he was definitely in his prime years around that time too, Safe and Sound. So what better time to collaborate with Quick? And yeah, man, I mean, you can't go wrong with this song, man. It's just dope. The beat is dope. The bass line is everything about it is dope. Yeah, man, Heartz of Men, man. Dope track, one of my favorites on the album.
fuck yeah.
Or
Okay, this is the first song on side 2 of book 1. And this beat to me is better than Ambitionz as a rider. Because man, like, where do I start? Like, number one, the horns, like the horns that comes right behind the bass line.
Yeah.
It's played throughout, and it's a perfect musical bed for Tupac just to do his best shit. Talking like think about it, like that intro, like he's like giving raw game again, like he's just offering his wisdom about the streets, about who to trust, who not to trust, who to fuck with, who not to fuck with, right? Number two, the way he ended the last verse when he said, the homie Quick gave a nigga a beat and let me start again, represent, because I've been sent the hearts of men. Like the way he said that, I can, like the theme of the song is him pretty much, it's like he's saying, like he's the personification of all of the great men throughout history that stood for something, that was brave, that was courageous, and acted not for themselves but for the greater good of other people. And like in the chorus, like there's a like when he's chopping up different samples, like there's a classic Richard Pryor bit where he talks about joining different gangs because he wanted to avoid actually having to fight.
Whatever one that's winning.
Yeah, whoever is winning. And that's a great juxtaposition between Richard Pryor's cowardice to Tupac's, bravery. Like he's saying, where these other niggas don't have heart, I got heart. Just look at what I've been through. Like he's pretty much, bearing his war wounds, saying that he's willing to die for what he believes. Like throughout his career, like he's always tried to shed light on the great men that came before him, that gave their life to the struggle, whether it was Mutulu, Shakur, Geronimo Pratt, Sekou Odinga, and he also dedicated he also gave shout outs to them in the liner notes. And people like Jamal Joseph, like this was his call to arms for like real niggas, to pretty much show they nuts. and get to the business. You know what I mean?
Amazing breakdown, bro.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Facts.
Hell yeah.
Now we get a deep track that I love too, man. Life Goes On, produced by Johnny J as well. Just, man, I love this song. It's like that shit you want to get played at your funeral. You know what I'm saying? It's mad sad too. I feel somber when I listen to this shit, man. Because situation with Pac passing away, and it's just a great song, man. I drink a fifth for that ass. Man, amazing song. I love it. The singing, the production. Pac wrote that beat. Just a beautiful song, man. I really love Life Goes On. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, I adore this song. Very emotional, very heartfelt. Pac was one of the greatest for that. You know what I mean? Anytime he did a song like this, a deep track like this, you really felt every word. And just as it starts, how many brothers fell victim to the streets. Rest in peace. There's a heaven for a G. You know what I mean? You feel it. And the bit that always gets me is that, but now that you're gone, I'm in the zone, thinking I don't want to die all alone. But now you're gone. Like that's, you feel that. That's deep, And love it. Amazing song. Very special. It kind of stands out in the album for me. Amazing track.
Loped Out, Blaze the Weed. It's so good.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't write anything on this song, but it's a definitely dope track. Like you guys said, very emotional, very somber. But it's just self-explanatory. Life goes on. Like we die, life goes on. Not much more to say, but that's my thoughts on Life Goes On.
Man, when there's a part in the song where he says, let every rapper rock it. Let the hoes that I used to know from way before kiss me from my head to my toe. Give me a paper with pen so I can write about my life of sin. A couple bottles of gin in case I don't get in. Tell my people I'm a rider. Nobody cries when we die. We outlaws let me ride. Man, this was him expressing his musical eulogy. Like he's eulogizing himself. In that line where he says, "Let every rapper rock it, and let the hoes that I used to know from way before." Like, I can't help but think about the funeral, about the memorials that was held in the aftermath of his death, and just how morose it was. It was very sad and melancholy, and people were just at a loss for words to explain how we got to this point. And I mean, what if his funeral was a party where people that he used to know, ripped the mic in his honor. Like instead of it being sad and very depressing, let's rhyme for a fallen soldier. Let's rhyme for a fallen comrade. He's no longer here in the physical, but what he stood for in life, he was about bringing the community together, having block parties, like engaging the community. So it's just an interesting observation about where he felt his destiny would be compared to what actually happened. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you got blood and Crip niggas hanging together, you're a powerful motherfucker, and Pac did that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this man was built from a different mold, bro.
Oh, for sure.
And that's why I believe, a part of me thinks that his death wasn't in vain. Like, if nothing else, but it kind of helped galvanize warring factions that left otherwise would be, trying to, waste each other, over nothing. So
yeah,
this is a powerful song, and the sentiment is very very deep.
Facts. Good breakdown. Now we get to
and it helps. Oh my god.
No, good, brother.
I was gonna say it definitely helps the fact that he's a Black Panther too.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
All right. Now we get Only God Can Judge Me featuring rapping Forte. The gentleman on
Ooh.
Russ Hartley's screen right now. And
Yes, sir.
it's produced by Mike Mosley and Rick Rock. If I'm reading that correctly. No. Doug Rashid. I'm
Next
sorry.
track.
It's all what I'm looking at. It looks all fucking jammed together. It's on
Yeah.
Wikipedia. But man, Only God Can Judge Me. Straight fucking banger, man. Like that shit's hard. And then rapping Forte killed that shit. Pac, I feel you.
Yep.
That beat is so hard. And then like the Roger Troutman type of chorus. It's a great song. Amazing. I think book one is like flawless in my
I agree.
eyes. So yeah, only God can judge me. I know it's late for the homie Ross. I don't want to be too long, so I'll just.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long one tonight. Yeah, I love this song. One of my favorites on the album. Love the production. Yeah, banging beat alone. Tupac. Very passionate on this song. Of course, talking about the kind of aftermath of the 1994 quad studio shooting. Talking
Yeah.
about what he was going through at that time. When he kicks off the song, perhaps I was blind to the facts, stabbed in the back, couldn't trust my homies, just a bunch of dirty rats, going through all that. And then later on, he talks about, hearing the doctor stand over him, screaming, I can make it, got a body full of bullet holes laying here naked, you know what I mean? Just very vivid, you know what I mean? You're definitely getting, what Pac was going through, such a crazy situation. And Forte, I'm a big rapping Forte fan, you know what I mean? I have 3 of his albums. And, dope to have him on there, you know what I mean? And it's just a great song. Classic, in my opinion, one of my favorites.
Sidebar: that album from '97 when he got like the suit on.
Yeah, For the Hard Way.
Fire.
Yeah.
This is hard too.
Yeah, the song of E40 is my favorite on there, but yeah.
Fuck
I gotta
yeah.
check that album out. Yeah, another dope track. What I do love about Pac, is the fact that he always showed love back to the Bay Area, because that's where he pretty much laid his ground at, man. And because he got to start with Digital Underground, and
Yep.
Duffy, was just paying suit and paying homage, if you will, and just to have homies like Rapping Forte, Sibo on the next track, and even like the producers too. I think it's a dope look, man, and this is no different. And yeah, I didn't write anything for this, but another dope track, man. So yeah, only God could judge me. That's my thoughts on that.
Word.
If anybody is familiar with battle rap, I'm gonna quote Shotgun Suge. Let's get one thing straight. Okay, I know a lot of people have quoted "Only God Can Judge Me," and a lot of people have falsely attributed that quote to Master P. Master P did not coin the phrase "Only God Can Judge Me," and this has been a pet peeve of mine for years. And uh, you know, I won't spend too much time on it, but um, when Pac said uh, when he uh, when he said Black Power, like again, like he's like even on a gangster rap album here, he's invoking certain certain black um, political leanings that are very empowering. It's very uplifting. Like when you hear Black Power, what do you think of? You think of Stokely Carmichael. You think of the SCLC. You think of the Black Arts Movement, Amiri Baraka. Later on, the Black Panther Party. So I like that he's using this song to kind of give the listener, certain nuggets for them to, do their own studying about who these people are or why these things are important to him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. So You get Tradin War Stories, featuring Dramacido, Sibo, and Storm.
Ooh.
This is by Mike Mosley and Rick Rock. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. Sibo comes hard. Dramacido does good. Storm, she killed it too. Never give a fuck because I was nobody's daughter. Outlaw for my tips, my clit. That shit was hard as fuck. Pac too, man. What do you say? Semi-automatic Mac 11 just to scare niggas. Shit is hard. Part of my thug poetry. Oh my god. And Sibo too. Jesus.
Oh man. Whew.
Yeah, man. This is a great track. I'm an East Coast dude to the bone gristle, but I love me some West Coast shit. Love me some Bay Area shit. And Sibo was one of the nicest, man. I love Sibo.
Oh
Kill
yeah.
that shit. Ballhead Nut.
Yes, sir.
Fire. And it's such a good song. Dark as well.
My father, man.
Facts.
Yep. Yeah, I love this song. Always been one of my favorites as well. Love the production by Mike Mosley and Rick Rock. You know what I mean? Again, has that kind of darker kind of feel to it. Just really, fits perfectly. Love the chorus. Tradin War Stories, Outlaws on the Rise. You know what I mean? Just really dope. And then, like you guys said, Pac comes in correct at the start. I love. I'm a big Sibo fan as well, and really dope to have him not just once but twice on the album. I know Sibo has said like, "Oh, I'm the only person on both discs." That's actually incorrect because Storm's on both discs as well. But guest feature wise, but yeah, no, I love his verse. You know what I mean? Sibo around that time period, like 95, 96, he just sounded so evil and so like. I don't know. He spit with such venom. You know what I mean? I love his verse. Yeah. And I like Storm's verse too. Like Mike said, went hard. So yeah, the whole song was just hard. Everyone did their thing. The Outlaws and stuff did their thing too. So yeah, one of my favorites. Love that track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite tracks. Produced by Mike Mosley and Rick Rock. Mike Mosley is definitely one of my favorite producers out of the Bay Area. That's just West Coast in general. Very underrated producer. Rick Rock as well. Very different from their usual style because if you guys follow their music, the music is definitely like more dark, synth heavy and stuff like that. Sibo killed it in my opinion, man. Love the line when he said, "Slap my clip in the chamber, fool. Your life's in danger. No what will remain when I come through dumping insane. Call me Bolo, major pain, gunsling and moving cane." Woo! Killed that shit. And like Ross said, man, like Sibo at that time, man, I mean, this is like One Life to Live, Tales from the Crypt era Sibo. So like that's him in his prime years, man. And like, yeah, and Mike Mosley, man, I just love his production, man. And like I said, something different. Definitely has like a more East Coast boom bap feel to it, but it's definitely dope, man. And they all did their thing. Storm did, Tupac, they all did their thing on this song. So that's my thoughts on Tradin War Stories. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album.
Being from Detroit, you have you have the best of so many options. I don't have any particular allegiance to a coast.
Yeah.
So I was unfamiliar with Sibo before I heard him on Tradin War Stories. And what I appreciate was here is Tupac, kind of giving light to to a cat that's making heavy noise in the Bay Area. He's making noise in the underground circuit, and he's going to give him a prime slot on an album that that sold a lot. So after that, I went to this mom and pop record store called White Music Plus, and I bought Gas Chamber. That was the only album that they had they had of him.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, but like the first thing that I noticed was just his like the attack of his voice. He sound like somebody that will that would not only bark on you but bite on you. You know what I mean? Like he's willing to back up everything that he's saying, and just the production, like the production It's very smooth. It's like the high sims, like it's something you could ride to. And but his aggression and his lyrical content is anything but. You know what I mean? And I would have wanted to hear more from Tupac and Sibo because
Yeah.
because you can hear the mutual respect that they had for each other.
Oh yeah.
And I think had Tupac lived, he would have had him on the One Nation album and prominently had him on it. So and to this day, like Sibo would perform his verse from Trading War Stories, and he should because this is a verse that make you in hip hop. Like these are the verses that will be your legacy, and he did his damn thing on it.
Oh yeah. Sawed off. Get the bitch niggas hard off. Tradin War Stories. This shit is fire, bro. That's an amazing song. I love it. And now we
Hell
get
yeah.
to a big one, California Love remix. Dr. Dre and Roger Troutman, produced by Dr. Dre. I'll be honest, when I was a kid, I was so fucking mad that it wasn't the original California Love. You know what I'm saying? I
Agreed.
want because I see the video. I love that video. That video is amazing. Sidebar: when Pac wakes up, that beat that's playing is fucking hard, yo. I
Yes.
don't know why Dre should have used that shit on something, but
Is that a song? Is that a confirmed song?
it's just a beat, like just a background beat for the music video, I guess. But
Oh,
Dre should have made it a song. That
Yeah.
shit was hard, but it bothered me when I was a kid. But now I still wish it was on there, the original. But this remix is fire. You know what I'm saying? I do like the remix. Everybody knows this song. You know, Pac killed it. You play that in a club, everyone's gonna rap Pac's fucking verse. You know what I'm saying? In my club days early on, niggas would rap that whole shit.
Mm.
Banger. I love it. I'm kind of burnt out on it a little bit, but it's still dope. It's a
Yeah.
classic. I prefer the OG, but especially the ending with Ryder Troutman, that's pretty dope. So yeah,
Oh
that was
yeah.
a California Love right there.
Yeah, so an interesting point about California Love is that the UK original press of All Eyes on Me actually does have the original version at the end. At the
Oh,
end of
Yeah, I gotta get
yeah,
that just to have it, bro. I'm weird like that.
it's at the end of this too. But the only caveat is that it's not the full 6 minute version; it's the radio edit basically, so it's a bit shorter. Yeah, so that's the only issue with that. But yeah, I actually like this remix. Maybe it's because I've heard the other one so much. But
Yeah.
this one sounds kind of fresh, you know what I mean? It's a little bit more like laid back, maybe not quite as like, thumping as the original one, but I like it a lot, you know what I mean? I think this is a really good version. Yeah, not much else to say. Everyone knows California Love, but
Yeah.
yeah, classic track. I'm probably like you, Mike. I've heard it so many times. It's one of those songs that they still play on the radio
It's
everywhere on the planet. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everywhere still plays that. So yeah, no, a great track, and I like this remix. I think it's pretty dope.
Word.
Yeah, man. I actually prefer this version over the OG. That's just me personally. I know I'm in the minority in that. I do like the original, but like you guys said, like I'm so burnt out the song, just like I'm burnt out with Juicy, Big Papa. Like those songs. I compare that song to those songs, man. It's just like it's good, but I've heard it so many fucking times, man. And the remix, like Ross said, it's like a breath of fresh air. Um,
Word.
but the beat, in my opinion, like we all know, Dr. J love taking credit for other people's beats. That's definitely not a Dre beat. That's definitely a Daz beat. Definitely that definitely sounds. It's true though. It definitely sounds like something Daz would have made for dog food. You know what I mean? Like, that's definitely Daz. Just like by the bass line and all that shit. Like you definitely tell that's Daz right there. And yeah, man. And yeah, love the remix. It's just like the only drawback I have with um Dr. Dre sounds a little off on the remix. He sounds better on the OG. That's the only thing I have with this remix. But other than that, I think um I like this over the OG. That's just my personal opinion. So
Word.
my man fucked me up with the this sounds like a gas produced song because now I'm thinking about all of the credits that I've read, like especially the Dog Food album, like
Yeah,
Daz produced, all of the songs and it says mixed by Dre.
yeah,
So and plus like the Death Row records, they've always, had bad uh they've always been bad with, credits. So even on the All Eyes on Me credits, on the original credits, you know, people were miscredited and people
yeah.
had to sue, to be properly credited for publishing.
Hmm.
Um, the original version, I do prefer that version. No, no, the version that appears in the album, I prefer that to the single version. The only thing I don't like about the album version, it's too long.
Yeah, yeah,
Like it's 6 minutes. I think it's more than 6 minutes, and I think from like the 5 minute mark, it's nothing but noodling on the vocoder. Like and and probably Dre just said, you know what, it's Roger Troutman. Hey, let him sing on the vocoder for a minute and a half, and I'll fade it out the best way I know how. But the video I think is better than the uh, what's that movie that they were trying that it was inspired by?
or the Mad Max song Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason why I like the version for the remix is that you have so many luminaries from the California hip hop scene. You got Dre, you got Quick, you know, representing the Southern California, um, scene, and then you got like E40, Be Legit, D Shot, Richie Rich, Sibo, um, Forte. So you got the Bay and you got LA partying together, and I've always noticed like LA stay like LA kind of stays separate in their own lane, and the Bay Area stay separate in their own lane. So Pac brought Northern California and Southern California together, and if you really think about it, like that's really his roots, from his beginnings in the industry, coming from Digital Underground and getting it started in the Bay Area, and then coming to Death Row where you're pretty much engulfed in LA lifestyle. So I thought that was pretty symbolic of his musical trajectory throughout his life.
Oh yeah. Great breakdown, brother.
Or
Yeah. Fuck yeah. So next we get Jesus. I'll say it right now. My favorite Tupac song of all fucking time. I ain't
okay,
mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Produced by Daz Jones and featuring Danny Boy on the vocals. Great song. Once two niggas of the same kind with the holla at a hoochie with the same line, It's falling out with friends and shit like that. Are you a
yeah,
Muslim now? No more dope games. Amazing storytelling, amazing production. Just one of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion, period, within any genre. That's how much I love. I ain't mad at you, man. It's such a great tune. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, classic single, classic song. Love the overall vibe of it. Pretty smooth, laid back, and just very relatable. You know what I mean? I think we all go through these kind of rough patches, and at the end of the day, you try and sort of move past it and just go, fuck it, I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, I got no love
you
for
get
you.
absolutely. So yeah, I really like this song. Danny Boy did a great job on the hook, and yeah, just a great track. Most of y'all probably know this one, so yeah, keep it short and sweet. But yeah, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, love it. Great track.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Dope. Relatable track, but I'm so over this song too, man. Like it. I just, oh my god, like I've heard it so many times. You know what pissed me off about this song? The scene in Soul Food where Makai Pfeiffer was playing the no, I'm sorry. Miles was playing the fucking piano, and it's like, oh my fucking god! I can't. I know it's a DeBarge sample, but it's just like, no, I can relate to what's going on the song. Everybody could go through that, but as far as the beat, I'm nah, don't like it at all. No me gusta
At all.
at all. Nope.
Bye. Not joking. It's fucking incredible to me, man.
No, no doubt, no doubt.
It's what it is.
Man, like, well, first of all, when you talk about I Ain't Mad at You, which version of I Ain't Mad at You do you like? There's the album version, and then there's the clean edit that was used for the video. As much as I like the album version, man, that the video version is so much more powerful and heartfelt. Because like I made a playlist of positive Tupac songs, and I listen to them whenever I'm in a bad mood, and the video version is so poetic. And whenever there's people that, like, for example, like Wayno said that Lil Wayne is a better lyricist than Tupac. And I'm like on what grounds? Because if you listen to I Ain't Mad at Ya, that song is so heartfelt. Like, he's talking about the afterlife, he's talking about spirituality, he's talking about the belief in working towards a better life, for your family. Like there's so many things about that song that you can play for anybody. You can play that song for for somebody that's 10 years old, and play it for somebody that's 70 years old. Like, the themes on that song, it touches on the human condition. It doesn't rely on silly punchlines. It doesn't rely on corny metaphors. So I believe like his songwriting is genius. Because when he says, "Can you feel me?" I feel this. Songs like this, where you think about certain things that you've gone through, it resonates much differently from from a songwriter's perspective, when you're not just thinking about being bar heavy. Right. So, and the video is very touching. You got all of these black luminaries, past and present. Red Fox, Jimi Hendrix, Johnny Hathaway, Miles Davis, somebody else. But you get the picture that his place in the pantheon of all-time musical greats, he has a place there, and it's well deserved. So that's why I like it.
Good breakdown, gentlemen. Let me get the last track on this one. I'm in a minority in this one. I love this fucking song. A lot of people hate this shit. What's your phone number? Featuring Danny Boy, produced by Johnny J. Anyone that knows me very well knows that Prince is my favorite artist of all time. And he played every instrument on The Time, 7/7/93/11, which is a fucking banger. And it's just sampled so well. I love this shit. That, Danny on the chorus, that if you really want to fuck with me, love that shit. I love Pac shit talking at the end with the bitch on the phone, which is real, by the way. Danny Boy said that shit on Art of Dialogue YouTube channel, talking to a stripper or some shit. But yeah, man, I fucking love this song. I don't give a fuck. It's just a banger to me. I know I'm a minority, dog. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as horrible as some people make it out to be. You know what I mean? I've always thought, I like the sampling. You know what I mean? Very funky, very upbeat. You know what I mean? That end of it is good, and it's a fun track. I personally would switch this and I Ain't Mad at You sequence wise around. So I would like to have I Ain't Mad at You as the last track on disc one, personally.
I can
Yeah.
see that. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this song is as bad. It's not my favorite. Obviously it's kind of like just like it's like a sex song, basically. You know what I mean? It's not to be taken too seriously. But is it one of my favorites on the album? No. But is it as horrible as some people make it out to be? No. So I'm sort of in the middle on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my opinion. What's your phone number?
Word.
Man, this song is dope, son. Woo! This shit goes hard, man. Like, I mean, sampling Prince is very risky because Prince don't like being sampled. But yeah, man, fucking dope. I mean, Pac talking that shit, man, to these females, man, trying to get in them pants, man. It's to the point. Let me get your numbers so I get it in, man. I love the line when he says, "What's your phone number? Are you alone? Got a pocket full of rubbers. Let's bone. Time for your girlfriend to take you home. I had fun, but baby, gotta leave me alone. Come on, man. Hit it and quit it. Leave me alone, man. No, none of this cuddling shit. Nah, leave me the fuck alone, man."
There's a bear shit in the woods and wipe his ass with a fluffy white rabbit.
Woo.
Sad
Yeah,
songs, man.
I know Ricardo don't like this song either. I think
he hates it. He fucking
he hates
hates
it. Yeah, I love it. I had no issues with when I first heard it back in the day when I did not like this album. Yes, I didn't like the song at all. I don't know. It sounded weird. But then as I got older and then my appreciation my appreciation for Prince has gotten more broader. That I was like, whoo, yeah, Johnny J, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like when I said off air, like I feel like when it came to Tupac and producers, yes, I love Easy Mo B and I loved his work with Stretch. Rest in peace to Stretch, by the way. But it is no secret, like my brother Raka said, him and Johnny J are like, it's like peanut butter and jelly, man. They just gel so well. And man, like just like the way he flips samples, the way he chops samples, and on the SP 1200 too, which is not easy because you only get 10 seconds of sample time. And even the unreleased stuff that he has with Pac, man, oh my god. I'm not even gonna get started on that, but yeah, I could go on and on about that. But yeah, dope song. I'm with you on that, Mike. So very dope track. So
Okay, this might this might be controversial.
okay.
Okay, this Prince sampled song is better than Nasty Boy from Life After Death.
I agree.
Of course.
And the reason why is because but the music is really where it counts. Like number one, the session musicians that are replaying 7779311. I believe that's a real bass player and a real drummer replaying the close hi-hat pattern, on the song. And I'll be honest, I don't really care what he's rapping about. I mean, it's pretty much just spitting game to a female. He's done that better. He's done it better on better songs like Scandalous.
Yeah.
So for me, I already got my fill of that. To me, the music, especially when you play it on a great sound system, man, it just thumps. Like you feel the bass in that close hi-hat pattern. It goes in one ear and it stays in one ear. You know what I mean? Like the music is just amazing. So anybody saying that they don't like this song pretty much don't get any pussy at all. So that I just talk. That's what I chalk that up to.
It's amazing. I fucks with it.
Great song, man.
So now we get to this too. And it starts off with Can't See Me featuring George Clinton,
Woo.
Nancy Fletcher, produced by Dr. Dre. The blind man stands of eyes. Whatever the fuck George Clinton's saying in there. You never see the P, and that beat is banging. And Pac killed that shit. It's dedicated to all you punk motherfuckers. Where did he go? It's a classic song. What a great way to start off. Second disc to a double record.
Oh yeah,
Love it. Love Can't See Me. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks on the album. Absolutely love it. It's kind of like the opposite of the way this one starts off. This one starts off, kind of low key, kind of dark, kind of, serious. This is more like boom, in your face, explosive. Pac's back, and he's just, looking to, get at all the people around him in the past. And yeah, I just love this song. I love the part towards the start where he's like, I catch him while they coked up and weighted up and find that and niggas bleeding. Like, just the way he spits that, just so raw, just so angry. And later on, when he's like, you shouldn't put in my rhymes with Dre. Them folks have arrived and it's Judgment Day. Like, just, so passionate. Love George Clinton on this song too. Just his delivery, y'all can't see me. It just sounds very like evil and kind of mysterious, kind of adds a lot to the song. And love it. But of course, banging beat by Dre. Can't front on this song. I'm surprised it wasn't like a single. Maybe it was a little bit too gully to be a single, but I think it could have been definitely. But incredible track, one of my favorites on the entire record.
I think with this album, they were trying to go for like more radio play, with hence like some of the single choices and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
probably why, they didn't choose a song as a single, which is a shame because this is a dope song, man. Which brings to me, dope way to start the second disc, man. I don't know about you, Ross, or Raka or Mike when he comes back, but I've always felt like this was like a pitched down version of "What's My Name" by Snoop. Like he kind of pitched down the sample a little, like the pitch of the beat a little bit. It slowed it down. If you listen to the rhythm, kind of has like that same feel to it. At least to me. He went in on this joint, man. Love the line when he says, "I can make a motherfucker shake, rattle, and roll. I'm full of liquor.
Nigga, quit the jab at them hoes.
I can make you a jealous niggas famous. Fuck around with Tupac and see how a nigga aim is."
I'm just a rich motherfucker from the way. If this rapper bring me money, then I'm rapping till I'm paid.
Woo! Killed that shit.
Oh my god, yo.
Yeah, he fucking killed that shit, man. Yo, you rap?
Nah, I don't rap. I just know the album backwards and forwards.
Okay, you see, like you, Ross, Mike, and Ricardo, y'all so good at fucking like reciting lyrics. I can't do that. I have to like write my shits down, but fuck it. But that's dope though, man. Cause like, and then like man, dope track, dope way to start the album, man. Really, really enjoyed that song, and Dr. Dre killed the beat as usual. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
I don't know if you guys are do y'all follow battle rap?
Way back in the day, Smack DVD era. I stopped after like 08 with T-Rex and them niggas, man. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yo, the way Tupac rhymed on "Can't See Me," to me, this is like some let's see, how can I? To me, like this would be like Geechee Gotti versus Shotgun Suge. Where you just completely body your opponent. I felt like listening to this song, Tupac was just bodying anybody that was on his mind. Like my favorite part, you mentioned it earlier when he said I can make a motherfucker shake, rattle and roll, and full of liquor, thug nigga, quit the jab at them hoes. Now I can make you jealous niggas fucker. What you say? I can make you something about you jealous niggas. I can make you fucking run and see how good a nigga's aim is. Man, like I felt like he just like whatever he drunk that day, smoked that day, like he just got the voltage in his body. You ever seen like Rocky Four when Ivan Drago, he was like in training and he has all of these wires, attached to his body, and he's getting sent the voltage, and he's just like, and like Pac is just getting, lyrics, at 100, beats per minute. Like, I want to rhyme, for 10 minutes. Like I got so much on my mind. I'm gonna just spit these lyrics over this, Dre beat. And he was so hype that you couldn't control him. Like I could just imagine him in the vocal booth, like he's just sweating, he's just performing his heart out, and then like after the song is over, he asks Dre, "Does that take good?" and what's Dre going to say? Like, "Nah, do it again." Like that's a keeper, and Can't See Me is taking on a life of its own. Like John Cena ripped it off and made a career out of it.
Yeah.
And to me, this is another song that proves that Tupac can rhyme with the best of them. He made like if lyricism is judged on like punchlines and corny metaphors and rhyming like Fab, then I guess Pac ain't a lyricist. But he's a lyricist in every sense of the word because of the poetic value of his words.
Dark poet, man. Always said that since high school and shit. Before that, but yeah, great song. We would open up the album, second disc rather, and now we get Shorty Wanna Be a Thug, man. Johnny J. That's a classic. Every knucklehead little young nigga in the street wants to be hard, and only two ways out that motherfucker: the penitentiary or the cemetery. And Pac just saying, this little nigga wildin', come the fuck down, and for everybody. And I love this song. That beat is crazy. Like Steve said backstage, Johnny J is like Pac's best producer. I would say that's who he works best with.
Absolutely.
I agree. Yeah. Should Wanna Be a Thug is a fucking certified classic. I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Ross?
Yeah, another great track. Very smooth production. Really enjoyed that. And like I said, just telling basically about these little youngsters basically trying to looking up to the thugs, the drug dealers, and thinking I want to do that. Kind of similar to songs like Little SG by Ice Cube and stuff like that. So kind of similar kind of subject matter. But yeah, a great track. And for me, the production is what really makes it, kind of adds a lot to the song. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Great track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Another dope track, introspective track. Obviously, talk about the unfortunate inner dealings with kids that live in the hood or whatever that choose the fast life, and there's two ways of getting out, either death or prison. I've always felt like this song was like a follow up to Young Niggas from Me Against the World. It definitely has like, to me, it's always been like similar to it, but like obviously a different beat. But yeah, dope track. Shorty Wanna Be a Thug. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I agree with you. By the way, I think that's a great comparison.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't really like this song, man. Like it just drags, man. Like after Can't See Me, the second song is a mid-tempo song that is definitely not as good as Young Niggas.
Yeah.
And I just find like lyrically it just kind of meanders. Like I appreciate the message, but the music, it just feels like it's this the filler song. Like you could remove this song and go straight to Holla at Me, and it would be way seamless. Cause just think about it. Listen to the way Can't See Me ends, and then think about how Holla at Me begins with Joel, singing.
Niggas out
Especially
here jealous.
exactly, man. Like you would be like, damn, man, like this is some funky ass shit right here. Like he's not letting up. I feel like this is him like letting up on the gas pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect that, but for me, I think it's a good palate cleanser. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know, it's like a good buffer between the two. But yeah, I appreciate where you're coming from.
Yeah, I do too. Because I'm not gonna. I like it, but not much to defend it. You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
I will say this: I prefer Young Niggas over this song though.
Oh yes,
hell
yeah,
Way more.
yeah.
Way better. But
The
like my man
capital G
Rocket
that
says,
everybody knows.
but like my man Rocket said though, like I do appreciate the message, but like I said, I always felt like this one's like a follow up to Young Niggas, so it's like very similar, but similar messages and shit. So, but yeah, I definitely respect your input on that though. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
I'm loving this, by the way. This is dope.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
man.
Thank you for
Alright.
coming on, Raka, for real.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Now we got Holla at Me.
Woo,
Nancy
woo,
Fletcher.
God damn.
Bobby Bobcat Irvin. There's one of the boys.
Yes, sir.
Love this song. You know what I'm saying? But the evil of the money trap me. Because when you see me, nigga, you better holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Amazing song. Pac killed that shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just, ungrateful motherfuckers, you know? I put money in your pocket, made you a man again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, that's tough.
it's hard. It's an amazing song. The production's fire. Holla at me. Great tune off the second disc. All eyes on me. What you got, Ross?
This is my favorite song on the entire album.
Damn.
All right.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at that.
this is not only my favorite, it's probably my top three favorite Tupac songs ever. I absolutely worship this song. Yeah, absolutely love it. Just as soon as it starts off, all the way into the first chorus, the backing vocals throughout that, like just really dope. You know what I mean? I just love this song. You've got three Pac verses. Just killing it. And I saw the signs. I was blinded. The criminal minds of a young black brother doing time. Like, just love this song. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's what can I say? Phenomenal in my opinion. And again, I think this definitely would have been a dope single too. But yeah.
Oh yeah, bar none.
Money in your pocket, meet you a man again. I just love that fucking line, man. It's just like,
Yeah, it's dope.
yeah.
Fucking love this song. One of my favorite songs of the album, man. This is Angry Pop, man. I could see this being like one of the first songs he recorded as soon as he got out of prison, man. He just wanted to let everything that he had vented up in his body, just let it all out. Boom. And he let it off. Same thing with Can't See Me. Like I could definitely see one of those two songs being the first one he recorded for this album. Obviously the first verse he talks about Stretch. The second verse he goes at Biggie, and the third one he goes at that bitch Ayanna Jackson, whatever the fuck her name is.
Mm-hmm.
Bobcat, man, such a dope producer. For those that don't know, Bobcat, he's worked with LL Cool J since the late '80s. Worked on the Bad album, Bigger and Different album from the '87, My Born Year. One of his best albums, but that's a whole different story. Bobcat's such an underrated producer, and I love the beat for it. He's just going in on everybody, man, and he's very angry on this song, man, and I fucking love it because I'm an angry nigga too. So, yeah, man, holla at me, fucking ill track, man, and I agree with Ross. Definitely could be a single, especially with Hit 'em. I prefer this over Hit 'em Up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like Hit 'em Up. That shit is so. I like the beat, but this song is just like it's I don't know, man. It's like a parody.
Get you over the top.
It's just corny, man. Like it's just like, come on, man.
Corny?
To me, I prefer this over. Yeah.
You think niggas done blicked you up? Of course you're gonna be pissed, man.
Yeah. And then there's like some of the shit that he was saying is like ODs, like you said, over the top. Like when he disses, Prodigy with the sickle cell, but I'm like, my nigga, like
Nigga, this is beef, bro.
I know that, but you know he's being a hypocrite too. But niggas get mad when they talk about his mom and shit being a crack fiend and shit. You know, God rest his soul, but you know, I don't like the song. Fuck that song. So I prefer
to me, if California Love was never recorded, to me, I would, if I was an A&R, I would slot this song as the first single.
Okay.
Because think about it, like Immobilarity One just said, the first verse he's talking about Stretch, and at the time there was a lot of rumors in the window about Stretch's loyalty. Was he loyal to Tupac? Was he loyal to Biggie? Because he was running with Biggie as well, and if you read the Vibe interview, Tupac went into great detail about why he found Stretch's actions to be unusual and it left a lot to be desired. You know, and then, you know, the second verse, he's going at, the men that was responsible for the Quad studio shooting. And without even saying any names, you can put two and two together, you know. So, and also, like, I got to be honest, man. Like his rhyming, like I don't know what the literary form is, what the literary term is called, but there's a part where he says, "And then I hit the studio. It's time to blow the block up. No hesitation with information got you contemplating, heartbreaking, and eliminating with this conversation. Break up and let them see the face of a mental patient. Is a celebration of my criminal elevation, more participation. I want members across the 50 states. We keep the nation anticipating until we break." Like those bars, like you can't say that if you're not impassioned, if you're not rhyming for something other than just money and power or fame. Like he was really just letting his spirits go, like just letting every thought that he had from the time he was shot up to the time he got out of prison. And the third verse, man, like that to me, that like I know a certain blogger interviewed, the lady that accused him of rape. To me, that third verse, that's the final word on that situation. Like I believe his account of what happened, and as far as I'm concerned, that third verse, that should be the that should be the final cap on everything else. Like what he said and the events that led up to that incident, I believe everything that he says, and this song is just great MCing. Again, I'm gonna keep talking about it. Like people say that he wasn't a great lyricist, and that he was kind of rudimentary. Listen to this song. Like I put this song up against any quote unquote lyrical rapper.
And motherfuckers, shout to Stretch, but if my nigga comes to my crib and says, "Oh, Jimmy Henchman said that you gotta have your money right to go to war," I'm like, fuck this nigga.
Yeah, like
I don't blame Pop, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
fucking what's that nigga name? Napoleon was there.
Oh wow!
Like, why are you in communication with my enemy?
Facts, right. Fuck him. Right. I had bitch ass niggas on my team, so indeed they wet me up. Like Stretch was a whole ass nigga for that, man. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Right. And I love Stretch, man. He's dope as shit, but
hell yeah, like you have a lot of questions. Like, dude, I'm tightening my circle. Like, I'm questioning everybody that I know.
Facts. And now we get to wonder why they call you bitch. Johnny J, shit's dope, man. You got them bitch intentions, so you're gonna get called a bitch. He played it simple. There's no motherfucking long definition about it. It's I fuck with it. Not one of my super favorite songs, but it's a good track.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. It's a dope track, but not one of my go-tos. But yeah, no, I do like it. I think the production on this song's very good. Has kind of like a it's quite bouncy. You know what I mean? It's quite kind of catchy, and obviously the chorus I think is quite catchy too. You know what I mean? You pick up on that very quickly. But yeah, yeah, like you said, not one of my favorites, but I sort of I like the message behind the song too. It's like some of you people out there deserve to be called bitch. I mean, it's like you did it to yourselves. So
Facts.
yeah, no, I like the song. I think it's pretty dope. There's a lot of songs I prefer over it, but it's still pretty dope. I fucks with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same ballpark as Ross.
Yeah, same. It's okay. I do appreciate the message that goes with the song. But also he kind of goes at the critics, like saying like, oh, he calls all women bitches, which is not the case. It's just the people that deserve to be called bitches. That's what I got from the track.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he goes at going at people like C. Dolores Tucker and Tipper Gore and those fucking people and shit. So yeah. So that's my thoughts on that.
Word.
Yeah, this is the second time he's mentioned C. Dolores Tucker, and and a lot of people, like a lot of today's rappers that are in the mainstream, like like they're they're having emotional breakdowns about having their music scrutinized. Um, in particular, like um, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. Like in the '90s, like you had politicians holding congressional hearings on their music, threatening to have their music pulled from record stores, and Tupac was a prime target. I remember those that period when um, Calvin Butts and William Bennett, they were trying to hold Tupac and Ghetto Boys and NWA and Wu Tang. Any rapper that was hardcore, they were trying to hold them to task, and it was pretty much him defending his uh, First Amendment right to say what he wants, and also to make the distinction between a woman and a bitch. And also, um, you also have to talk about, it's kind of the elephant in the room, but man, like if the original vocalist that was featured on this song, like the way that she has muddied the waters of about how she about whether she had a professional relationship with him or whether there was something more. Like she like throughout the years, like her credibility has just gone down, down, down. And considering that you're the wife of 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 somebody that he's beefing with, that looks crazy. Like you can't be that naive to think that you're recording vocals for Tupac and it won't get back to Biggie. Like just the optics of it just looks messed up. And then she spent years denying that you know she had that she had an extramarital affair with Tupac. So for me, the song is controversial, but the song is controversial beyond the song title. So that's what I think of whenever I hear this song. Is just the mind games that Faith has played.
All right, y'all. Oh yeah. Quick breakdown. So we get into When We Ride, featuring Outlaw Models, produced by DJ Pooh, man. This this beat is fine. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Outlaws fan. I think Gaddafi and Yak Fula are the illest dudes. Like they had talent. I'm not a fan of Edie or whatever the fuck else. I'm not a fan. Never have been. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
Yeah, so it's dope. They're saying all their aliases and stuff like that. Big Psych and Pop kill the shit. 357 Holla point through a nigga belly. That's just hard. And then like the distorted vocals, that's just fire, man. In the beginning. So yeah, that's a dope song. Not one of my favorites though. I'll be honest. Some gangster shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same as you. I'm pretty much, introducing the world to the outlaws as people would sort of know them best as. I thought it was dope, how they took, adopted new aliases, kind of named themselves after like famous dictators and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty dope, and how they kind of introduced themselves. You know what I mean? They did a good job, and like I said, the production is pretty dope. DJ Pooh, dark production on this track.
Yeah.
Again, I agree with you. I'm not a big Outlaws fan either.
Yeah.
I like Fatal, I like Psych, but overall, when I hear them, I'm like, can you just put Tupac back on, please?
Yes.
But I do like the song. It's pretty good. I think they did a good job of promoting them, putting them out there, and obviously Pac was pretty good about putting his boys on. So I appreciate it from that angle. But not one of my favorites either.
Totally different album, but imagine if Hail Mary was just a Pac solo track with 3 verses from Pac.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The facts, my nigga.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about this song. Like, I love DJ Pooh as a producer. He's
Yeah.
very underrated. But as just Outlaws, I just can't. And I like Gaddafi and Fatal, but that in the line of fire by Fatal, Hussein, I was so disappointed in, dude. Like,
Is that when it's like the Usual Suspects album?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Every day was fire. Every day.
I gotta revisit, guys. It's been a while since I heard that album. Man.
I never even heard the motherfucking album. I gotta hear it. I love Fatal though.
It's all over the place, man. Especially production wise, it's
an 11-track album, and musically, I actually like it. I mean, to me, I think had Fatal had Fatal been given more time, to find his niche, I think he would have, I think he would have, become a big star. But considering the circumstances surrounding that album, Pac had died, and the Outlaws, they were, there was a lot of business disputes. But every day is the if nothing else, every day is the one song that that is dope.
Right.
Like,
Check it out.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you a question. When We Ride or Made Niggas, which song do y'all like more?
May niggas.
Me too.
That shit is so hard.
Me too, man. Like, to me, like you guys said, I like, Fatal and Gaddafi. They were the most valuable members of the Outlaws. Like, if Tupac had gotten rid of Edie and Castro and Napoleon, he would not have missed a beat. You know what I mean? Like, you could have given them guys solo deals, and I could see Gaddafi and Fatal being big stars because Fatal can actually rhyme, and Gaddafi can rhyme, and he's charismatic. He has a star quality in him.
Right.
And although the Outlaws are way better rappers than Thug Life, I mean, after a while, it's like, okay, it's time to wrap up the song. Okay, Tupac, go ahead and do the outro. Do your ad-libs, and and DJ Pooh, he's going to do the fade, and then and clean up the intro, because Tupac did the intro in his regular voice, and he put on a modulation effect to deepen his pitch, which gave him that Darth Vader voice. And the thing that I like, I mean, When We Ride is okay, but just the fact that he just gave them dudes, he gave them their shot. If nothing else, they can never say that Tupac didn't do anything for them. Like they eating from All Eyes on Me because of this man.
Oh yeah, brother, you're right about that one. Then we get to Thug Passion featuring Jewel, Dromicidal and Storm, Johnny J again. I fucking love this song, man. It's amazing. You know, back in my heavily drinking days, I play this shit. New drink, you know, it's a classic, man. That old Thug Passion, you know. In the car, I heard it's the bomb. That's that. This disc was like heavily just Pac's tribute to West Coast shit. It's really heavily West Coast,
for
you know.
sure.
Real Bay Area mixed in with it. It's an amazing record, and this song is dope, man. Shout out to Thug Passion. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, no, I agree. I really like this sound too. You know, you got the Outlaws on there again. Maybe they kind of let it down a little bit, but yeah, no, I like this song. For me, it's all about the production and that awesome chorus from Joel. Yeah. And you know, Pac comes in at the end and he does a great job too. But yeah, for me, it's all about that banging production and really catchy chorus. There's a kind of the highlights of the song for me. So yeah, I like it. It's dope.
I love Joelle's interviews too. She's raw with it. She's like, yeah, Faith was playing footsies with Pac. Yeah, Pac hit that.
Oh man.
Yeah, dope track. Dope party track. Another song that could have been a single, man, especially around this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, dope track. Very, yeah, it's just dope vibe. You know, just Pac having fun. You know what I mean? Just like just get your drink on, man. You know what I mean? Just party it up, man. Live it up, man. That's not much to say, man. Dope track.
It's so good. I really like that song a lot.
No, it's really dope.
Yeah.
That should have been a single, man, for real.
Fuck yeah.
Easily.
What you got, Raka?
If Johnny J was still with us, I would ask him, was Fatal and Gaddafi, like, what were they doing? Like, were they like, you know, in Hollywood? Were they shopping in Beverly Hills, you know, the day of this recording session? Because Mutar and Castro had no place on this song. Like to me, if they like, I would want Johnny J like to just delete their vocals and just merge the intro with Tupac's verse and just have Jewel, you know, do her vocalizing the same way she does on Bitches Ain't Shit. Like, let her go off because she's more valuable than they ever could be.
Thank you. Like, he used them in so many good fucking songs, dog. Like, it really bothers me.
Yeah, I'm like, what's the thought process? Like I understand that you're trying to, you know, mentor them, but everybody doesn't have to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to mentor them, man, like, you know, have them, like, you know, polish your collection of books. You know what I mean? Make them do a book report on the books that you have in your mansion. I like this song does nothing for me, man.
Yo,
and thank God this is the last song on side A of book 2.
Yeah. You know, I can picture Pac in the studio smoking his Newports, like, you know, put the little homies on. But that's cool, but it's like, no.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I like, think about it. Like, even Biggie with Junior Mafia, he didn't have them on Ready to Die and Life After Death. He gave them the Conspiracy. Yeah, he gave them the Conspiracy album. Don't touch my shit.
Yeah.
I'm in the minority. I love that Conspiracy album, but you know.
Me too, but I just think like Junior Mafia, they got their own album, and they're going to eat off the publishing. Believe they have no place on any Biggie album.
I'm so glad Biggie didn't do that. I'm so fucking proud of that. All right, you graduate to one of my all-time favorite songs, "Picture Me Rolling," featuring Danny Boy, Big Psych, CPO, Johnny J again, man. Dog, fucking fire, man. I love this shit. You know, CPO had an interview on like the Welcome to Death Row. He said, "Me and Pop got some party favors. You know, we killed it." And he killed that shit. Smooth like a motherfucker. Me and my nine. Like, amazing song. Pac killed that shit too. That beat is crazy. If you got a good system, a decent system, that shit bangs. Classic. I love it. What you got, Russ?
Yeah, dope song. Really smooth production from Johnny J. Just real, like, you can just kind of chill out to this song. You know what I mean? Good cruising music for sure. Um, yeah. You know, I like Tupac's versus the best, but you know, it's nice to hear CPO Boss Hog on here. He sounds so different from what he used to sound like. You know, because he was a part of the CPO group. You know, under the name Little Nation, and then after they broke up, he kind of adopted the name. And yeah, it just sounds so different. Like if you listen to that CPO album, To Hell in Black from 1990, just sounds like a completely different person.
You put me onto that.
Yeah, that's a great album. But yeah, you know, it's a dope song. I just love the overall vibe to it, and you know, I even like Big Syke's verse. You know, I got keys coming from overseas. You know, yeah, dope track. Just a nice song to kind of relax to, and yeah. I like the way Pac ends his verse. You know, my nerves is wrecked, heart beating, and my hands are swollen, thinking of the G's I'll be holding. Picture me rolling, just you know what I mean, just dope shit. So yeah, but no, dope track, I like it a lot.
Is it clear enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, dope track, very laid back. You know what I'm saying? Just picture me rolling. Yeah, nothing much to talk about, man. Just dope, laid back track. Just relax to. That's what I got.
Good. Smooth shit.
Smooth, yeah.
Like John, I think this is Johnny J's sixth produced song on All Eyes on Me. He's on this album more than I think Daz and Corrupt. I mean Daz and Quick. So
and Dr. Dre.
And Dre. So Johnny J's importance to Tupac cannot be overstated. And to me, the line 96 Big Body Sitting on Chrome, that line, like the original version of Still I Rise, that line is sampled during the chorus. And you could tell Tupac really loved this song just from him going back to that line, and him being a big fan of Big Syke. Like Big Syke's verse is actually my favorite. You know, just because like his clarity, and he has that distinctive voice, that baritone, that's a perfect counterpoint to Tupac's. And you know, Tupac's outro, like Mike, you mentioned it earlier. That bitch had a lot to talk about in court. Can the hoe see me from now? like I could tell this was like a couple of days, if not the same day he got out of jail. Clinton Correctional Facility. Like, you know, like everybody that, you know, gets out of jail, like, you know, they, you know, give the middle finger, you know, to the, to the tower, and, you know, and they walk off, like, and they had, and everything that they dealt with in prison, they want to put it behind. But for Tupac, because he has the facility, you know, to put this on wax, he just went. I could tell, like, he would, like, everybody that he mentioned, the correctional officers, the court, you know, the prosecutor, like he just like I could tell, like, he just said, you know what, all y'all gonna catch these bars, like everybody that's responsible for me being in prison, I'm gonna put y'all on this track, and y'all going to be immortalized. And I'm not gonna name y'all, but this is my middle finger to y'all.
Wrongfully accused, and then you get signed to the biggest record label in hip hop history at that point.
Hell yeah! Like
you're balling, man. Picture me rolling, bitch. You know, like, I love that shit.
Yeah. He was showing his nuts on there.
Classic. Then we get one of my favorites, man. Checkout Time.
Oh.
Rough the Big Syke, Mr. Johnny J yet again. Fucking, it's so good, man. It's like, he's like, yo, Corrupt, come on, hurry up, nigga. You think he said he rushes Big Syke out the bathroom too, I believe. Got the bathroom full or something like that. And, you know, breath stinking, and I'm yawning. It's another sunny day in California. Like, we gotta go. Fucking classic. I love Check Out Time. I know my brother loves this shit too. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, big fan of this track. Just love the overall vibe of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just really dope song. Not much to say about it really. Just yeah, just a big fan of it. Generally, yeah, just yeah, I don't know. Check Out Time, great track.
Hey.
Man, I fucking love this song, man. I could relate to that shit. As far as like, me and my boys, we just go to a different town, go to a hotel, party it up, and then like us waking up mad late. We gotta leave the hotel at a certain time and shit. Now it's like 11 o'clock. Like it's fucking crazy, man. But yeah, another song that easily could have been a single too, man. But especially at that time, because I've noticed like a lot of like big artists, see, they would do a lot of videos on hotels and shit. So like that was like the theme and shit, you know what I mean? So that easy could have been a dope single. But yeah, love that track. One of my favorites on the album.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
this song thematically shares a lot with All About You. I like this song more than All About You. And this song you can play like, driving on the freeway, like the sun is out, you're feeling the breeze and you don't have a care in the world and you just, catching a vibe. And every Tupac, Corrupt, and Big Sight, they all delivered great performances lyrically. Like they gave their best efforts to this song, and
Yeah.
there's a funny. Every time I listen to this song, I always laugh when Big Sight goes Corrupt, tell Daz and Pac to bring me my shoes back. Because
Yeah, my
they're
shoes,
playing.
man.
Yeah, like they're playing pranks on Big Psych and we're just fucking around and Psych is like, I ain't got no more money. Somebody loan me 100. And like just that, just the escapades that have on the road with your boys and you just living the life, that you always wanted to lead
Yep.
and Johnny J, he was so invaluable to this album because he may not be as famous as Daz and Quick and Dre, but the quality of his production is equal to them.
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Johnny J.
Word.
So we get Rather Be Your Nigga featuring Richie Rich. This by Doug Rashid. I fucking love this song, man. It's that classic Bootsy sample, amazing, Some bitches just want to chill with. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be about fucking a bitch all the time.
Word.
Smoke a blunt, call a bitch your homegirl sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Get drunk and smoke weed all day. You need a thug in your life. Because buses ain't loving you right. But yeah, it's dope. I love it. Short and sweet right there. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, I like the song too. Yeah, like you said, classic sample. I'd rather be with you. Who? Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, classic. Yeah, I like this song a lot. Featuring Richie Rich. I always think Pac and Richie Rich had dope chemistry together.
Yes.
My favorite song they did was "Heavy in the Game" off "Me Against the World."
Ooh.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
song. Oh yeah, the production.
Mike
that's amazing.
Mosley.
Yeah, because that sounds like something that would be on in a major way by E40. Definitely has that sound to it for sure.
Or something Steve would rock with too.
Yeah, definitely it has that Bay, that Northern Cali kind of sound. But yeah, Rather Be Nigga like that. Yeah, just a dope track. You know what I mean? Just kind of like another kind of vibe track. You know what I mean? You just kind of listen to it and you enjoy it. And yeah, like I said, dope chemistry between Pac and Rich. You know what I mean? I always enjoyed their work together. And yeah, no, I like it. It's a dope track. Not obviously not a heavy brain teaser. You know what I mean? It's just it's a fun track. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one was okay. Not my favorite, but it's a decent track. It's not one I go to like that, like the other songs I like over this album. So decent track, but not my favorite. out of the tracks. So
Yeah. Have y'all heard a lot of Kick It from the Are You Still Down album?
Oh yeah.
To me, this this sounds like a more polished version of a lot of Kick It. As far as like talking about women that you you don't want to commit to, but you just want to have fun with, and the interplay between Richie Rich and Tupac is very dope because like Richie Rich, he's very laid back. He's very he has that Oakland style, and because Tupac is so aggressive and he's New York born, but came to the Bay. He's still, even when he's talking about waxing poetic to a female, he's still aggressive. Like his certain intonations and certain rhythms in this flow, it can sound aggressive and musically it's very lush and sophisticated. The Boots said, "I'd rather be your your lover," from 1976. I mean that song has been sampled to death, but this is one of the best renditions of that song, and it's not my favorite song. I'll be honest, like I gotta be in the mood to hear it, because there's so many better collaborations between them that I like more, but it's dope nonetheless.
Word. All right. Now we get into the a couple last songs on the album. We get title track "All Eyes on Me," featuring Big Psych, featuring produced by Johnny J. Oh man, I love this song. "The Life is Thug Nick to Dad." It's an amazing song. One of my favorites.
yes,
Rough and raw, but just a fuck with a passion. Man, Pac killed that shit. And Psych came through,
yeah,
dope track. Took that Street Dreams from Nas, you know what I'm saying? And niggas got mad about that. But yeah, title track is definitely.
He had it first though. Pac had it first.
Word, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Pac came out February, and then July came out.
And then he put this out in '95, so like.
But now I said niggas stealing beats. I believe we was talking about that.
Yeah. But they both versions are dope to me though.
Yeah, I love both songs.
Same.
I'm an It Was Written guy all day. You motherfuckers know that. But yeah, man, good track. What you got, Ross?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a dope track, and yeah, I like both Street Dreams in this pretty much probably equally. Maybe if you forced me, I'd probably go with Nas. You know what I mean? If you forced me,
yeah,
but,
yes,
oh yeah,
yes,
but I still, I dig both tracks a lot. Yeah, it wouldn't be one of my go-tos, I have to say, the All Eyes on Me, the title track. It wouldn't be, you know what I mean? When you look at all of the other amazing songs that this album has, it wouldn't be up there for me, but that's just my personal opinion. Still a dope track, really enjoy it. So, yeah, that's my quick thoughts on that.
Word.
Been known to disappear before your eyes just like a dope fiend. It seems like my main thing was to be a major paid. The game's sharper than a motherfucking razor blade. Come on, man. This shit goes hard. And oh my god, I love it, man. It just has that nighttime vibe, like that laid back nighttime vibe, but like at the same time when the block is hot and shit gets real. So it just has that vibe to it, man. But yeah, one of my favorite songs of the album. Love that shit.
I got 4 niggas, and low riders, and ski masks, people thug life every time they pass. That shit's hard though.
Yeah, that shit goes hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. To me, this song is an absolute classic. Like title song, first of all, much respect to Tupac's performance lyrically, and the way he's rhyming it, like it's infectious. But the MVP is Big Psych, because like right as soon as before you start his verse, he goes, "Hey to my nigga Pac," like just knowing how close they were, and just knowing that Tupac considered Big Psych his closest road dog, like that resonates in a different way. And then he says, "So much trouble in the world, nigga. Can't nobody feel your pain." Yo, when he said that, that to me is like it's almost like he's he's saying to him like, don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about what's being said about you. Like they can't feel your pain because your pain is so great, and you've overcome so much. They could never survive. A tenth of what you've been through, and um, Big Psych just can't like Big Psych. He's going to deliver the way he can only deliver. Like like he has so many quotables. Like, but nervous just make me pack a tech. Like everything about this song. Everything about this song. I love to death. Like I play this song out of side two. I probably listen to this song as much as checkout time.
Okay.
Just for the vibe alone, just like my man said, like you play this song at night and you just lose yourself in your own thoughts and just zone out.
Okay. Real shit, man. Now we get Run the Streets featuring Misha LA, Mutan Storm. You said Johnny J as well. Short and sweet. The song's kind of whack to me. I never liked this, man. It's the only song I don't like on the album. Really, like fully just don't like. I mean, okay, you want your nigga to just, you want him to come home, but you want him to give him space to chill with his homies and all that. I like the message.
Yeah.
We all dealt with that before. Shorty's bugging because you up with your niggas. But yeah, I don't like it that much. I'll keep it 1,000. I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
I actually do like it. I think, say what you will about Michelle. I think she did a great job on the hook on this. Yeah, I mean, again, when you compare it to the rest of the album, maybe it's not one of the best, but I still like it. It's, maybe not, a stone cold classic, but I personally enjoy the track. Like the production on there, and yeah, no, it's pretty good in my opinion.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I'm not crazy about this song. It kind of reminds me. I get the message where like the men in a relationship, like the girls, like you gotta let us have our space, man. Like you can't be on us like asking, yo, like what time you coming home, what are you gonna eat, this and that, third. Yo, give us some space, But at the same time, it kind of is to me. It's like the same vein as like, it ain't easy or from Me Against the World. I hate that song.
So easy being me.
Yeah.
Like that?
No.
Set off my nigga Mike Tyson. You don't like that shit?
Nah, I didn't like that, man.
My shit I hate on there is that fucking can stay away. What's that shit? He's like,
Yeah.
That's
Please, yeah.
Please.
Yeah, ain't that it ain't
I
easy.
cassette too. No, that ain't easy. Ain't easy is like it's like more upbeat. This shit's fire.
It ain't
but,
easy.
Okay, yeah, so that one,
me.
can I get your number, please? That's the shit I don't like.
Yeah, that's the one. That's just trash.
Yeah, that's what Can You Get Away, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the song I don't like.
Hey, yo, Raka, you know what's sad? I had all those cassettes when I was a kid, man. A lot of that shit. That shit's worth a lot of money too, bro.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not getting rid of any of it.
No,
Facts.
keep them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, as far as like running the streets, I like this song, but it comes with a caveat.
Word.
Storm. I'm not trying to kill the sister, but I don't know if Tupac was trying to make Storm like his version of Little Kim, because like when she run on Tradin War Stories, like the way she came on the track, like she got my attention immediately. Like she just elbowed her way between Tupac, the Outlaws, and Sibo. I listened to this song and I'm like, are you trying to make her like your like your first lady of the Outlaws? Because that would have been whack. like to me, the appeal of the Outlaws is that it's a crew made up of raw spitters that are men that are raw and rugged. Like it, and her verse didn't really contribute to anything. Honestly, it's like, okay, Storm, you're trying to rhyme from the perspective of a strong, black, empowered female that is not going to take any shit from a man, but the bars that you're giving is not making that statement clear.
Right.
So to me that's a questionable decision. That again, if Johnny J was alive, I would be like, okay, did you disprove did you disprove a Storm being on this song, and Tupac just out vetoed you, but I do like the song. Just it just lower tier. It's lower tier.
Word, I can't be mad at that at all because I don't fuck with it at all, to be honest. But here's a song I do fuck with and How to Find. Featuring E40, Be Legit, D-Shot, Be Legit, 40's fucking cousin, D-Shot his brother, Sibo as well, Richie Rich. Man,
Ooh.
Mike Mosley, Rick Rock, a fucking bang. I love this song so much. Bay Area greatness right here, man.
Oh, for sure.
It's a great track right here. Yep.
Yeah. The only person missing off this who I would love to have on there is Spice One.
Oh, I can hear him. I can hear him.
Yeah. I remember, Spice One did an interview, and because that was around the time when he was locked up. When they were working on All Eyez on Me.
Yeah.
So, because the story of him, when he was making 1996, he was on the run from the police, and he had to kind of hand himself in around that time. Yeah. So unfortunately, he wasn't on the album, but great song. Like I said, pretty much got all the major players from around that time from the Bay representing. I'm maybe a bit biased because I'm such a big fan of all these guys, but yeah, I think their thing. The only one I think kind of I could have probably done without would be D-Shot, just he's like the most average out of them all. Like I love the rest of them, but D-Shot, just to me, he's very average. I like his second album, Six Figures from '96. It's pretty good, or '97, sorry, but it's dope track for me. Yeah, Sibo again. I just think he's awesome. Anytime he comes on a track around this time period, he's just a man. But yeah, and I'm a huge E40 fan as well. I know a lot of people don't like his verse on here. I know if you're not familiar with him or like used to his flow, he probably sounds very strange. But I'm a massive E40 fan, and I think his verse is pretty hard. So. I love the song. Great mix of artists, and that beat as well. I have to give a shout out to Rick Rock and Mike Mosley. They did their thing on that, So yeah, great track.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sound good.
All right, good, because I got to do something real quick. So I'm going to be on the phone for a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Yeah, man. Fucking my favorite song off the album. I fucking love this song. I love the beat for it. It definitely is like that classic mob music type of sound. Definitely sound like something that could have been on Tales from the Crypt or any other big mob from that time. Even In a Major Way by E40 definitely sounded good on that album as well. Or even Game Related by The Click. That would have sounded dope on that album.
Oh yes, I love that album. Yep.
That's their best album in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, man. Or even Sugar T's Paper Chasing album. That would have sounded dope over that too.
That's a dope album too, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Ain't Hard to Find. Ill Posse Cut. Once again, I've mentioned before, I love Mike Mosley's production. Even Sam Bostic, like we used to roll with back in the day. Love their production together.
Yep.
It's definitely like a laid back track, but it's dark at the same time. It's like that nighttime vibe. Like you only play this at night. Like it's like that 7 p.m. like dusk, like sunset going down. Like you play that at that time. Like it's just like at night, just that creepy but laid back kind of vibe to it, man. I love this shit, man. So another song that could easily been a single too, but I get it at that time, like, people wasn't really fuck with Bay Area unless like you were from there. It was all about the LA and Southern California. So, but yeah, it ain't too hard to find. My favorite song off the album, love it. Even E40, and I know I've been critical of E40 in the past, but I do have a new appreciation for him. But I do like his early stuff. I don't care for his new stuff, but his early stuff, like like In a Major Way, Federal, and all the other joints I do like. So yeah, it's not those ain't too hard to find. Love that song.
It's funny that Ross mentioned D Shot because Double XL in 2016, no, in 2000, was it? No, in 2006, they did a 10-year anniversary on All Eyez on Me, and they interviewed all of the major players for the album. And when they got to this song, D Shot, he said when Tupac said that he wanted him on this song, D Shot was like, "Really? Me?" Like he was in such disbelief that Tupac wanted D Shot on the song because, like, I think even D Shot knows that. I mean, he's not on the same level as Be Legit and E40.
Right.
Like, and the fact that Tupac was kind of like E40 said that Tupac was kind of coaching him, when he went during his verse, and you could actually hear Tupac, during D Shot's verse, kind of giving him encouragement. Like he would be like when D Shot would say something, Tupac would be like, "Okay, all right." So that's notable. I would also love to have Spice One on this song, but
Yeah.
I mean, at that time, it was interesting because like so many hardcore rappers were in and out of jail, man. Like if Spice One was if he was free, Tupac would be in jail. When Tupac was on the streets, Spice One would be in jail.
Yeah.
And like a lot of rappers was going through that shit. Rappers was really, they were living what they was actually spitting.
Mm-hmm.
And like Immobility said, this is a Bay Area classic. And I'm surprised that E40 did not play this song during his verses against Too Short. I mean, like I think E40 and Too Short, they play like more than 40 songs each. You mean to tell me you couldn't play this song and fit that in? But when you think about the rappers that are on this song, so many cities were covered. Like you got the Click, Vallejo, right? Then you got Richie Rich, Oakland. Then you got Cibo, Sacramento, the state capital of California.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Tupac, Marin City. And if Spice One was on the song, that would have been Hayward. So This was like, to me, this song is pretty much like a sense of brotherhood between rappers that have had success in the music industry, and it felt like a family reunion. Because if you remember, after Richie Rich's verse, like during the outro, they're basically just talking shit, bragging and bigging each other up, and I felt that was so dope, that Tupac found so much camaraderie with his Bay Area folks, even on an album that's heavily entrenched in LA culture.
Oh yeah, great song. I love that shit, man. Like Raka knows his shit, bro. For real.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Raka knows his shit.
Yeah.
Y'all, hey man, y'all the most knowledgeable people I know, man, when it comes to like Bay Area hip hop, man. And being from Detroit, man, like I've had the best of everything. Like, I can appreciate, great music no matter where it's from.
Oh yeah, brother. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
Good. All right, we end the album off with Heaven Ain't Hard to Find. QD3, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Love this song. I think it's a great way to end the album. You know, and it's kind of sad because, you know, a couple of months later, Pop would be dead, you know, and I don't know, just a great way to end the album. Not like a favorite song of mine, but it's definitely dope. I fucks with it. I think it's the beat too, you know, you got Ain't Hard to Find, you got Heaven Ain't Hard to Find. So I like how he did that with the two remaining tracks. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts on Heaven Ain't Hard to Find.
Yeah, I like this song a lot too. I think it's a great way to end off the album on a more positive kind of note, a little bit of a brighter note, even in the production. You know, a lot of this album, maybe not a lot of it, but some of it's definitely kind of more dark and kind of somber. This, you know, a little bit more uplifting at the end, and you know, kind of like a positive note to end off on the album. And yeah, I just think it's really appropriate and you know, just very fitting. You know, this would, of course, you know, be the last Tupac album released during his lifetime and stuff like that. And yeah, no, I like the track a lot. I think it's dope. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, man. Very dope track in my opinion. It sounded like he was going, you know, it felt like a dedication song to like a special girl.
Yeah.
I think he was talking about Left Eye, I want to say, because I know him and Left Eye had some history together too. Just how he was talking, like, you know, like kind of like being like the Romeo to his Juliet, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And it's so sad because both of them are dead, which is unfortunate. And yeah, great song, dope way to end the album, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I like this song. It's a romantic song that's very earnest, you know, about, you know, a woman that, you know, he wants to get serious with, and Danny Boy singing, you know, is very well placed, very well accentuated. And you know, Danny Boy, he had the potential to be a star. Like, if you really think about it, man, like Death Row should have, like their dynasty should have lasted until the turn of the century. Like when you got Danny Boy, you got Nate Dogg, and on the production side you got Daz, Quick, Dre, Pooh, Superfly, and you had so many great artists. You know, it just, you know, I think about what could have been for Death Row, but I disagree about this being a great album closer. I would have preferred Ain't Hard to Find to close out the album.
Okay,
You know,
yeah, I can see that.
because like the first song, Ambitionz, as a writer, it's it's kind of confrontational. You know, it's him announcing his mission statement. The newest soldier on death row, and it's a solo song, and it's produced by Daz. And then the last song, Ain't Hard to Find. You know, he's with his Bay Area brethren, even though he's entrenched in the LA lifestyle. You know, Death Row Canaan Studios, like he hasn't forgotten, you know, his roots. He hasn't forgotten who helped, put him on, and it's pretty much saying that even though I'm on death row, like don't think that I haven't forgotten, that that my acclaim I'm going to share with you. Like, I'm the biggest star, but you guys mean as much to me as a lot of people think I am to them. So to close out the album on that note, it would have been symbolic of the same allegiance to the West Coast. Because remember, during the marketing, of this album. It was marketed as a West Coast album, through and through. So you got the first song on book one, produced by a Southern California producer, and then you got the last song produced by Northern California stalwarts, in the Bay Area, So that's my take on, on the closing, song.
Yeah. Hey, yo, y'all talk about your mic rating and your top 3 songs. I'll be with y'all in a minute.
No doubt.
Okay, so I'll go first. I'll give top 3 songs. So top 3 would be "Holla at Me." Ooh, it's quite difficult. "Can't See Me," and don't know. Only God Can Judge Me. It's a tough one though. There's so many good songs on this. You got 27 tracks overall. I mean, it's tough to pick one out, but yeah, I'll go with that as my top 3. And I'm going to give it 5 mics. It's not absolutely perfect per se, but there's nothing on here that I truly hate. I have to say, I like pretty much all of it. For me personally, I know you guys are a bit different, but for me, I can listen to the whole thing with no skips, which is pretty impressive because this is long. You know what I mean? This is not, the way some double albums are, where it's like 2 short albums put together. Like, no, this is like 2 long albums put together. You know what I mean? This is, it's definitely a journey. But I personally really enjoy the album. I think the production all the way through is fantastic. Even though, obviously Tupac worked with a great range of producers, I think there's a good cohesive sound throughout the entire project. Just a lot of really good, smooth production, enhanced by backing vocals and things like that. Just a lot of little details in the beats throughout the album to really help enhance it. Tupac, is fantastic throughout the album, and most of the guests do a great job of really kind of livening things up, keeping things fresh for the long run time that the album goes for. And I think it's an excellent album. I'm going to give it a 5.
All right. That's dope rating and dope choices on the 3 songs.
Thank you.
No problem. My top 3 songs for me, that's kind of hard, man. But off the cusp, or however you say it, for me it would be "Checkout Time," "Holla at Me," and "Ain't Hard to Find." I'll give this out. It's definitely a classic, but I'll give it a 4.5. I'll give it a 4.5. That's compared to a couple years back. You even asked Ross and Mike that I shitted on this album, only because of I was very disappointed in the direction that Pac was going at the time. He was going for more commercial, because I was used to Pac from 91 to 95, especially with the production that he was using at the time. You know what I mean? But then, as you get older, your taste changes. So, and then I listened to this album with an open mind, clear head. I was like, okay, this shit is not bad, man. This is kind of dope. Besides some of the filler tracks I could have done without, this is a great album. This is definitely a masterpiece of an album. Like I said, even with the 4 mics, I definitely 4.5. I still give it a classic rating though. It's definitely a classic album in my opinion. Definitely one of the best songs to come out in '96.
Well said.
Thank you.
For me, my top 3 songs are, when I say top 3 songs, I mean the songs that I cannot picture them not being on the album. If they weren't on the album, it would lower the quality of the project.
Right.
So for me, number 1 is "Heartz of Men."
Ooh. Nice.
DJ Quick's production work, and also DJ Quick, he said when during the session, Tupac asked him, "Why are you so hard on me about the backgrounds?" Because Tupac, he was used to, pretty much, having his way, during recording sessions and kind of being lax in certain areas. And DJ Quick told him, if you're lax in one area, you're going to be lax in other areas. Like, I'm here to give you the best product that I can give. You want your music to be heard by your fans in the most pristine condition. Right. Like, if we need more time to go over mixes, to go over multi-tracking, to go over doubling parts, we'll do it. But don't just rush your way through recording. And when you hear that and you listen to the quality of the beat and Tupac's spoken intro, him, pretty much giving his piece of wisdom about about how to maneuver in certain circles, and then the use of Richard Pryor's comedy album, the him sampling Darling Nikki, the use of the backmasking effect.
Yeah,
that's what it was. DJ Quick, he sampled the backmasking part at the end of Darling Nikki for that effect at the start of the song before Tupac speaks, and the Atomic Dog sample. All of those things, all of those painstaking efforts, to make that song as good as it is. That song is amazing, and it's actually my favorite song on the album. Number 2, Holla at Me.
yeah.
That song is so gangster, like G Well, niggas out there jealous because we be dealing with Death Row, and at the time, Death Row had so many people shook in the industry. Yeah. Like no matter where they went, people gave Death Row their respect because of their reputation for, being hard and, using violence as currency to get what they want. So, and you had, Tupac rhyming from different perspectives. Like you said, first verse, he's pretty much rhyming about Stretch's disloyalty. In 2, he's rhyming about the people responsible for his shooting in Quiet Studios, and then the third verse, his accuser. And to me, like I said, that's the final word on that situation. I know she's been making the media rounds, talking to anybody about pay her, a burger, for an interview. But man, enough is enough.
Yeah.
That song is a powerful message, about perseverance. Because every situation that he rhymed about, that would have broken most men. And lastly, ain't hard to find. And a lot of people, and I'll be honest, I'm an E40 fan. The only thing that I'm critical about E40, this isn't my favorite E40 verse. Like, there are other verses by E40 that I love more, but I felt like Sebo had the best verse of it than Tupac. And just the beat and just the camaraderie between the clique, Richie Rich, Sebo, and Pac. They just doing their things. And as far as my rating, I'm giving it a 5 because its legacy is undeniable. Now there's another caveat. The album had a lot of guest appearances, and it kind of had a bad effect because now every album has to have the quote unquote feature. That's the only thing that I hate. That when Tupac did it, it was him, reaching out to people that inspired him, that he was friends with, and could contribute something in a meaningful way. Just the idea of loading an album with features it just makes me sick because like, what do you have to say for yourself? And it just becomes an A&R telling an artist to pretty much, you know, dick ride another artist to commercial success. You know, but that's my take.
Word. I'm giving this 5 mics. Top 3 songs. I Ain't Mad at You. No More Pain. And Holla at Me.
Nice.
And this album means a lot to me. Before we go, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on here?
Oh man.
Oh dear. That's unfortunate.
Yo, thank you, Ross, for sticking around, man. I know.
It's 2 a.m.
Froze a little bit. My bad.
No, that's all good.
Shit froze. But yeah, I'm gonna end this shit. I was gonna just say the motherfucking Grant Hill Felines that Pac wearing in the booklet.
Yes.
I caught because of Pac. All right, there you go. So, yo, Rocky, you got anything to promote? How people can find you and shit?
Yeah, man, you can find me on social media at Raka Bash, RAKABASH on Twitter, Facebook, and IG. I'm mostly on Twitter. Sometimes I'm on IG and Facebook. I do have a podcast called Blood Burgundy Soul, and it's the first episodes have been about Tupac. I got an upcoming one about a book that I read called Panther Baby. It's by an author named Jamal Joseph. It's about his work in the Black Panther Party and how he overcame being acquitted of 300 charges, to blow up national landmarks in New York. And now he's a mentor to young people in theater and education. And I'm a keep working this new podcast and see where it goes. And it's been a pleasure, talking to you, brothers, man. This is the best. This is the best time I've had all week. Like, it feels good to be talking hip hop with cats that know they shit.
Oh yeah, brother.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. See you motherfuckers on the flip side next week. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.